have seen the cartoon and the live version of those videos.
It's cool shit.
I just love Jack Black as a musician.
I think it's like it's Mario.
No, I think if you go in as a fan of Mario, everything I've read, every review I've read says if you're going in as a fan of Mario, trying to see a great Mario movie, you're going to be satisfied.
Dude,
if you're going in looking for a fucking literary masterpiece, you will be disappointed. But then you're a dumb fuck for going into a Mario movie looking for a deep storyline.
But I'll say this: this is the best game interpretation of like into a movie ever.
You think into a movie or into any form of media? Okay, movie fair. I was gonna say because The Last of Us by far shit all like they changed the mold on that. Oh, that show's fucking. They definitely changed the trajectory of that. I saw that, I was like, oh, I'm stoked for
I'm
HBO.
just talking about kiddie cartoony mascot game movies.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, you're
This is
including
the
like
best
Pikachu, Sonic.
Yeah, this is the best one.
Yeah.
This is the best one. Your mushroom kid.
And honestly, movies I probably wouldn't grant it because I can't think of a good video game movie, like a really solid. Tomb Raider was the best one, and that wasn't a great.
The first Tomb Raider with Angelina Jolie was pretty good.
Yeah, Uncharted was whack.
Yeah, Uncharted.
I didn't even watch that.
Yeah, that was.
Dude,
really
the Uncharted games are so good.
Yeah, they are.
There's no movie that can fucking do it.
If they would have done what they did with The Last of Us and keep it almost scene for scene how the game does it, it would have been beautiful.
I told everybody 12:30. We got a couple people hanging in, so if you want to get going,
let's do it.
All right, go pee.
Okay.
We'll do it. Go around this. Here, I'm actually. All right, bro. Whenever you're ready, we'll go live. I turned your channel down a little bit because just to kind of be more in the background. Is that all right? Hope that's all right.
You're good, man.
You ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Hell yeah.
We
All right,
ready?
pre-show.
Hey.
Yeah, freestyle.
I don't want to.
All right, don't. Let me see what else. I shared it.
You better check yourself. I said you better check yourself. Here we are chilling here. We're about to be deck one down. All the juggalos listening in. And y'all gonna have a grin up on your chin. Hit a time. Deck one well gonna win. Hey, see where the gathering. Hope that you're gathering. Might be just blasted with a couple of my bestest friends. Living the life. Hitting the pipe. Fucking you.
Here come the hook.
Doing it right. Smiling, look at us whining. You could not ever mess with us styling. We're living on an island full of fools. Look at us, school. We're about to change all of the rules. Deck one down, check yourself. Hey, deck one down, check yourself.
Hey, check yourself. Hey.
Was that you too?
Yep.
I love it. It's dope, bro.
Fingering the keys.
All right, bro. Whenever you're ready, you can. You ready to hit it, man?
Yeah, man.
We can go.
of the world. Yes, it is the end of the world. And it's also the beginning of a brand new, solid, juggalo world for us all to enjoy.
Hey, welcome. Hello, everyone. Welcome, my friends, to Deck One Dealt. What? You good?
Oh, no, yeah.
Welcome to Deck One Dealt. My name is Kyle, a.k.a. Keezy, if you'd like, and this is my homeboy and yours.
Carvalho, yo.
Yes, and we're also joined by our other super best homeboy.
Chris.
Welcome, sir. You've gone by many names.
Yeah,
today.
yeah.
Today it's
But we're
Once Again
just
Chris.
keeping it Chris, keeping it real
Keeping it
for the.
Keebler.
Yeah, exactly. Chocolate fudge.
Wrong one, brother.
Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah, sorry. What was that kid there?
There you go. So welcome,
There you
everyone. This is Deck One Dealt. We're talking today. You know, it's cool. Today's cool, right?
Yeah.
You know, we're gonna talk about.
It is literally cool here in Ohio. It's like 40 degrees.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about cool Juggalo stuff.
Muddy weather.
This is the kind of podcast where we talk about cool Juggalo stuff, and
Fuck
you
yeah,
know,
man.
I want everyone. If you're a new listener right now, I want you to know that I don't care if you stick around. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Maybe we got things.
I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, please check us out. Go back and listen to
We
all
got
the
things to
rest.
do.
My bad. I was thinking of something else.
We wanted to
Right.
stick around, man. We love you guys.
I love
we
you.
love y'all.
I do.
So
I
we're
don't matter, but I love you.
We're joined. Thankfully, we're joined once again by Chris. We appreciate you coming and hanging with us, man.
Thank you. There's, it's a good day. It's a good day. There's some good music.
We don't get to see you often enough, so when we do, we
love to have a good sex life.
that, of course. Are you familiar with Vinny?
With Vinny.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vinny the Juggalo. Yeah,
Vinny
from
Mac-
the shockumentary.
Nope, not him.
Not that dude. Okay.
Oh, different Vinny. Vinny Mac is this guy's name. He's a he has a life partner named Amber.
He has a life partner named Amber. I always hate when people say life. Now is she like trans?
Hold on. Check it out.
Oh wait. Oh, are you talking about the doll guy?
Wait, he's gonna tell you. Listen.
Amber is a love doll.
Yes, that's
I
true.
do know this guy.
That's
I
Vinny's-
do know the guy that fucks the love doll and like legit like treats her like a real person.
Yes.
Like brings her places and rolls her around in a wheelchair.
Yes.
That is, hey man, you're living your best life. Cheers.
We're definitely gonna talk about Vinny later on the show. That he's become a staple of the show for the past 10 or 15 episodes. We love him. We love him to death. We've reached out to him. He will not contact us back. Vinny, if you're watching this,
Why
please.
won't he contact you back?
I don't know. I think he just doesn't. He's just like he does his own thing. I don't hold it against him. I think he's just like. I think he's just like. To me, I think Vinny's literally thinking in his head like, "You fucking assholes! Like I don't got time for you, motherfuckers."
Have you seen my fucking girlfriend?
Right. I actually don't think Vinny's that mean. I'm just kidding, Vinny. I think it's actually more of like I think he's just like I'm really a busy man. I don't have time to be fucking with other people, podcasts. Like I'm doing my own thing. I do my own
Okay.
show. I go
I
to
got you.
school. I work. I fuck my sex doll.
F the world.
I
Yeah.
got things to do.
Now, here's the whole thing. Like I've had like a fleshlight, you know what I mean, where you've got to fuck a pocket pussy.
Yeah.
Cleaning those things out is no fun, bro.
Yeah.
And think how like thoroughly you have to clean. At least with my pocket pussy, like you can fill it with water and like sit over the sink and like finger it and like it's humiliating, but like you got to like finger your own cum out of it with like cleaner and all that. But imagine doing that with a whole fucking woman. Like you're holding her legs up to the sink with a vegetable sprayer and her pussy, like spraying it out.
I think you can like remove the pussy like a fleshlight.
Oh, really?
I think
It's
so.
a removable pussy. Honestly, that's like if God, if you're up there and you made us and everything and you didn't think of that as a feature for a woman, like you dropped the ball, fam.
Yeah.
But yeah, that makes a little more sense. But they have buttholes and mouths and everything, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So all of it is removable.
You can fuck all their holes. I think every hole that a woman
Because if it's
has.
not removable, no matter what, cleanup is going to be rough, bro. You're gonna have that moment where you're like scooping your cum out with your fingers. You know?
Yeah. We have Lil Ninja.
That's love.
We have Lil Ninja in the chat. He's 13.
Oh, no, okay. Sorry, Lil Ninja. I'm sorry, buddy.
But we do love Amber and Vinny.
Okay.
Is the point.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm cleaning it up for my man, Lil Ninja.
We love Lil Ninja. He's
Okay.
a homeboy.
Gotcha.
No, you're all. Everything you. Everything he said was correct. So people in the chat, someone in the chat, I want to give a big shout out to Whoop Whoop Kid who came out here immediately with a whoop whoop. I love a guy that lives up to his name.
Hell yeah, dude. Whoop whoop.
Whoop Whoop said he's not a big Ouija fan, but Detritus, I think that's the new Ouija Mac album. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm sorry. Demetrius. I'm going to call it Demetrius.
Demetrius.
That's the easiest way to say
Okay.
it.
Church.
He has a new album called Demetrius, which people are loving. And even my homeboy Aaron, who is not a huge Ouija Mac fan, likes it. I won't even give it the time of day, personally.
Well, whoop whoop, kid. I'll give you a.
Yeah.
He deserved it.
I like a lot of Macs, but Ouija Mac is not one of them, unfortunately.
Yeah,
I think Chili Mac's my favorite.
Chili Mac's good, but that's because we're Ohioans. We like noodles, chili, and cheese. We're fucking on one.
What's up, Echo Siphene? We will be talking about Vinny Mac. We will be talking about Echoes from Dimension X, of course.
Oh yeah, it was. I was surprised, man.
The new Dr. Khronik album came out.
Yeah,
We got to talk about that. Right now, I did want to mention
Let me
that
tell you something, man.
Yep. I did get this album right here behind me, this Electric Lettuce vinyl yesterday at Record Store Day.
Okay.
Twiztid put out a new record. It was pretty cool.
Oh, is that what the electric lettuce is?
Can you?
Okay.
I was listening to it yesterday.
My question is, can you put that on your sandwiches?
Maybe.
Your sandwiches?
I do want to show what the
vinyl,
record actually looks like though, because it's pretty cool.
Is it a piece of lettuce? They flopped right there. If that was like shaped like a piece of lettuce, that would have been the dopest.
That actually
Complete
would have.
flop.
And
Complete flop.
You're right. That would have been sweet.
Or if you could actually smoke the record.
That would be cool too.
I'm gonna keep it.
No one has thought of that. Like, why don't you make a record out of resin, like weed
They
resin?
did,
It would be expensive.
They did
but-
come out with a record that came out like last summer, I think, that actually had like weed leaves embedded in it.
Oh, really?
Um,
Okay, see, that's
Are you
flavor
kidding?
as fuck.
And they recommended you don't play it, and it was like $250.
No
wow,
fucking
dude, that's
way.
dope as fuck, dude. That's
I can't remember what the band was.
So a
Sleep,
ba-
I think.
Sleep. Okay.
So a record that got recommended not to be played.
Yeah.
But dude, if you collect records, that's the shit. You're gonna tell everybody, hey, this is a record with weed leaves in it. And they're like, how's the band? You're like, I don't know. I've never fucking listened to it.
Yeah.
But then again, like you've always got your streaming services and stuff like that. I think if I collected records, that'd be a tight grab to have a
kinda-
record
that
that has
just-
weed leaves embedded
Just like
in the
yeah,
record.
and it's, like novelty records.
It was one of those things that
Yeah.
sold out instantly. I think it was put out. You know how Jack White does his own like rich people vinyl club. You're familiar with that?
I haven't.
Like
No, I haven't heard of that.
It's like a fortune to be in it, and you get like a vinyl record. Like or you get access to buy very overpriced vinyl records a few times a year, and that was one of them, I think. So. Censored.
Oh yeah, this tobacco. we're in a legal state,
No,
bro.
no,
This is legal.
You're fine, dude.
Yeah.
You could buy CBD
We're
right
in
down the street.
We're in a legal state. I have a medical card. I can do. Yeah, I'm taking my medication on camera. That's all this is. Medication on
You're
camera.
Good, bro. You're good. Twiztid. So
Anyway.
Twiztid did a 50% off media sale, which is how I got Echoes from Dimension X.
Yeah.
We listened to it before the show. We're gonna listen to it here in a little bit. I'm scared. I'm a little bit scared because last time we listened to a Twiztid album, our video got copyright removed.
Are you fucking with me?
Like worldwide blocked because
like,
Twiztid just
serious
don't
on that
they
shit?
just don't fuck around. Like ICP, we listen to their fucking albums all the live long day and don't hear shit.
Come on,
But
Twiztid.
you Twiztid,
Bro,
you put
Twiztid.
you listen to the new Twiztid album in the background at a very low volume while you talk over it, and they got a worldwide block your shit.
Well,
Guys,
ICP's
step-
used to not owning their shit.
Yeah.
You know, their fucking main albums they don't even own.
Well, I'm concerned about that. But the one thing I think we have going for us though is that
Is Magic Ninja Entertainment under another label? Like, who's their parent label?
in jams or flip jams. So there's like some in grooves.
That's
Grooves?
probably their
Okay.
Their distributor.
their distributor label.
Yeah,
Yeah.
distributor. Do they have a parent label that's like funding them a little bit?
I don't think so, dude.
Yeah, I don't think so. They're
I was gonna
independent.
say, okay.
I think they're truly independent,
Oh, okay. Well, shit.
which is one reason why I respect.
Yeah, I do too.
I still respect.
Here's
them.
here's one thing I realized I want to say, and maybe this might be a interesting connection we could talk about. You know how Twist is like, they've been hustling and grinding for like, and they've been on it like.
They've been on it for 10 years since they left
They've-
Psychopathic now.
they've been
It's like a
fucking-
decade.
They've been killing it the way Psychopathic did back in the late 90s, early
They've
2000s.
been doing it a good decade now.
I mean, they're steady putting out new music, steady like putting out fresh merch, steady touring, steady
Yeah.
putting out dope music,
Yeah.
steady putting on dope artists. They're doing it for
I'll
real.
say this:
And I think that ICP would have a great chance at doing that too if they would, like, if Jay would get off the, like, I don't know, whatever avenue he's kind of cutting to the right on. That, dark, I don't know, dark energy.
Let me throw philosophy out there that we haven't talked about that I want to throw at.
Drop my pipe.
Uh-oh. Oh, shit. Oh,
Wait.
Bruh.
It broke.
Oh, you broke it.
It was on the second drop, too. Oh, dude. Damn it, man. Grab him the trash can over there so you can throw his pipe in it. Yeah. I'll go grab mine, bro. It's okay. I know, dude. I'm sorry. I'll go grab mine. I'll hook you up. Don't worry.
All right.
Grab the trash can so you
I've
can
got
throw
like
it in there. Is it-
18 of them at home.
Or just so we can
still,
get
Let
that.
me just throw this shit away. Yeah.
All right. Whoa, hey, bro, but you didn't have to do all
Oh
that.
my God! Look at it. That's like a fucking archaeological.
I see. That's like crazy, bro. It's time for a new one.
Yeah.
If you weren't gonna clean it, it's time for a new one.
That's like an archaeological.
What are you doing? I can smoke that. Shit,
All right,
bro.
so going back to,
We're not on that one.
you're good. Don't worry about that, bro. I'll worry about that later. Let's do the show. All
right.
So the point I was making was, here's one thing I realized is that once Twiztid left, how long ago after Twiztid left did Alex leave?
I thought he left before that.
Was it before that?
I thought. I don't know.
Well, it seems like ICP's kind of been fucking up since Alex left.
Jugs, tell us.
Always
Let
be
us know.
prepared.
Oh,
Sorry.
you got the same one I got.
Yeah,
Look.
always be prepared, fam. Yeah, from
Cheers.
the smoke shop right next to it.
Cheers, yeah.
Motherfucker's
Yeah,
got a
right.
utility
She's-
belt
she's-
and
she's
smoking
cool.
apparatuses.
Tara's got the exact same one. But
He's the Batman.
but since Alex
Utility belt of smoking.
since Alex left,
Yeah,
have they
literally.
had
I
have
also
they had an,
papers? Sorry.
have they had an actual manager?
Billy Bill's their manager.
I thought he's just like the CEO, president of Psychopath.
Yeah, but I assume he has the manager.
Well, maybe
duties.
is it possible that Billy Bill as a manager is fucking up, and
He
like
could
that's
be,
part of
yeah.
the reason they?
Yeah.
Because while Alex might have been a shifty, snaky, beady-eyed son of a bitch,
he
bastard
saw
devil
he
himself.
saw what was coming.
He might have seen what was
Yeah.
happening, but he might have been stealing millions of dollars from him. But he was obviously making ICP a fucking fortune
Yeah.
during his time.
Yeah.
And they have not made a fortune since he's been gone. So
He
here's-
made him a fortune and he fucking saved
Yes.
it, and then he took it.
yeah, that's true.
I don't think when they say he took millions of dollars from him,
But so-
he took what he fucking made and saved.
So he stole their money, left or whatever, but he made
Yeah.
them a lot of money. But my whole thing is Twiztid's manager. They have a manager named George, who I guess used to work for Psychopathic. Like,
yeah.
Their manager obviously is fucking crushing shit.
George, that's the one CPN saw when he walked in the building and took a pee. You remember
Oh
that?
yeah, I didn't watch that video.
I guess he saw George or something, or no, he saw the other guy, and the other
Who's
guy
that,
punched him.
Are you talking about Child Protection Ninja? Who are you?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Child porn ninja.
Child porn ninja. Got you.
It's actually child porn N-word, but you know we're juggalos, so we have to say.
Yeah,
ninja.
we don't say. Yeah, we don't say that word. Yeah, we don't do that. Respect.
But yeah, man.
no, I think business wise, Twiztid's doing fine.
I think part of it though is having good people on your team, and I don't think
Yeah.
Psychopathic, other than like Jump Steady, like they don't have that many good people seemingly on their team. Like
What's all?
like their merch sucks, their sales suck, their touring schedule fucking blows. Their they haven't like gave a release date for anything in years, and it actually came out on time. You know,
Yeah.
like they're fucking up left and right.
Yeah,
The
I mean, I agree.
Patreon shit failed after a few months.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Literally. Yeah.
They built a new studio for all that shit and stopped doing it.
Yeah. Literally, like months in. Yeah, I do
Yeah.
remember that because I know like they had like that kind of started to take off, and then the moment that it started to take off, I remember no more. I didn't see anything else on it.
Well,
Yeah, that's tripping.
They need a George. Is the bottom line. They need a George.
Yeah, they definitely need a business guy, but like they
Yeah.
can't pay a guy like that.
Yeah, I know that's the problem.
That's
ain't it?
another problem is they can't pay the guy. It's a family-owned type of thing. They all keep it. They
Like
all
One
keep
Man
it-
Crew said, it's like mob shit.
They
going
all
on
keep
over
it.
there.
Yeah, they all keep it really close to the vest. It's mob shit. It's family tie shit. So it's like it's very hard to get in, and then when you're in, you can't really make any decisions
Yeah.
unless it goes through Jay or Jump Steady.
Yeah.
Right. Well,
You
and that's
know.
what that's kind of like a lot of criticism. You know, the camp that says that Jay is a demon
What?
a demon. You know
What?
So,
What?
Foreshadowing, maybe. But yeah, there's camps out there that kind of put Jay in that demon camp of being a manipulator who is power hungry, who et cetera, et cetera. But I don't know how much of it's true, but
I can get on this level.
Jay was the only. Jay was literally one of my catalysts for not being a juggalo anymore because
I get it.
he shattered. Like you guys know that story, but I was at the gathering. I yelled out to Jay, "Hey Jay!" Like it was when Jay was dancing all the time, and it was just the first time that like someone in psychopathic was kind of a dick to me. You know what I mean? And
Santanic.
yes, right. You can't be Santanic anymore, but. But he was the first in the camp that kind of shattered the image of them being like these
Funny guys that
like amazing guys that like almost like father figures.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
I get it.
And then after that, I was like, oh, these are just fucking.
We
got
gotta
regular
think.
dudes that fuck up too.
You got to think.
they're just dudes.
They were never our father figures. They were only 10 years older than us.
Huh? Yeah, I mean, well, to me, 100% when I was younger, like. Because of the face paint and all that, it kind of made them almost like godlike. So they were like father figures, you know what I mean? In a sense.
I mean, they were like, being younger when you looked up to them, it wasn't even like they were humans. Like they were literally just like
almost like
amazing
God.
entities.
They were like wrestlers. They were like
Yeah,
cartoon character
exactly.
wrestlers, man.
Yeah.
But like
exactly.
you see there's people behind them, and here's the thing, like there is a fucking cult following that happened with ICP, and how could anyone deal with that? Do you think Jay, knowing Jay and who he is, do you think he has any idea on how to deal with that?
Probably not. I mean,
by this point,
he's obviously got his own mental struggles and everything. But even without,
I think this this cult following is what has added to his mental disorders.
well, that's one thing to bring it back home here to the point I was making about having a manager is that he hasn't had anybody like. Jay's kind of been like, I feel, running the show.
He has been.
He's
running
been
the
the
show.
front man. He is psychopathic.
And I think
Records.
that's because people have always looked to him because he's always been the one that generated like the big ideas.
Yeah.
But now it's like he doesn't have them anymore. And people are like, well, what next,
I bet
Jay?
you,
and he just doesn't know where to go.
I think he still has the ideas, but he's maybe being spread too thin, having to do everything else.
It's a complex thing. Like you have to think like in the heyday, Jay was totally clear-minded. He didn't have to worry about his health near as much. Everything was kind of clicking.
Yeah,
he had
right.
He had a whole stable of artists that were constantly coming at him with new ideas. Now he has health issues, very heavy health issues. We know he has had problems with pills, if not currently dealing with those problems.
And the biggest thing is women.
Yeah. I mean, his whole label, it's not smooth anymore. He has artists underneath him, but it's more of a banner and umbrella than it is a label anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm sure those artists are not like Twiztid and Blaze and ABK and all that coming at him with fresh ideas all the time, trying to grow this brand.
They're just off on their own, making their own music, and then throwing a hatchet man on it.
Exactly. And then the only one who has any close association with the label in that sense is Ouija Mac. And that's kind of the guy that's running around with Jay, you know what I mean? So it's not the same psychopathic. It used to be like this big
And
family
what ideas
of
are he coming
artists.
with? Besides making another fucking
Ouija Mac literally just said, "Hey, what if we took psychopathic and we incorporated this new trap
in the
element?
trap, yeah.
And that's it." Yeah. And you're like, oh, so you're saying like face paint and like all the wicked shit? No.
And Jay's
just
falling
trap.
for it. He's falling
just trap.
for it. That's the
but I'll wear a hatchet man. Like, oh, okay, cool.
And that's the problem is he's falling for that. Jay wants to be relevant so bad, it seems, that he's falling for that shit. Like, you have nothing to do. You as ICP, you as Violent J have nothing to do with trap, dude.
Violent J pulled a Paul McCartney and just died at some point.
You need to be
making
replaced. Yeah, you need to be like letting people like Mikey Clark and all
Lil
these
Ninja
people.
even said that.
It's just there's no trying to be relevant with today's music. ICP has no business doing.
It's like here's one thing that's I don't know. This is one like quote. It's not a direct quote, but I remember watching this interview with DMX, who they were asking him like what kind of music he listened to. He's like, I listen to me. I listen to only me. He's like, I don't want to listen to nobody else. He's like, I don't want no influence, nothing. I listen to only me.
Wow, that's crazy.
You know, but that blew my mind.
I've heard that.
I remember that. That's like stuck with me as like a very dope, like kind of like an empowering thing. Like don't give a fuck about what anyone else is doing, bro. Like what you're doing is working, so go
But
back
he-
to listen.
Yeah, make
bro,
what you want to
but-
listen.
go back and listen to Riddlebox and shit. You
but
know,
DMX had the entire industry that worked for him. You know, he could come out and ask anything, and it would happen for him.
sure.
Jay doesn't have that.
Sure. Oh, you mean just resources?
Jay
wise.
can't just be Jay,
Jay
and,
has-
and have it happen for
Bro,
him.
Jay has people sending him free beats. Jay has people that will
Yeah,
put-
but like
that
not
will throw
at the,
him up
not
in
at
the
the
studio.
caliber of like an industry standard like DMX would have.
I mean,
There's
what do you-
definitely-
that's,
look,
that's irrelevant.
Facts
these
are
days.
there's definitely some shit going on behind the scenes. Like Jay is definitely not the hero of the story. Look at the evidence on. Just Magic Ninja alone. Like, there's a reason every single artist left Psychopathic, and these weren't guys who had a history together. You know, most of these guys kind of like met. You know,
It's
within
business.
it's business. Why did all these guys that weren't friends before all went to the same label? Because Twiztid was giving them the truth of what they wanted from Psychopathic, which was an umbrella label that you basically keep almost everything that you make. You know what I mean? You pay back your debts.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, I feel
But yeah, they make a lot more. I know that you're not gonna make shit under Psychopathic. I'm sure Psychopathic. I almost feel like was one of those labels where like you didn't get to see the invoices. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
You got a paycheck every week.
Man,
they're not telling you how much you made.
it's not
on
like
that
a
tour.
Yeah, it's not a legitimate organization.
No,
Yeah.
it wasn't. It
I
was,
feel like it was
always
like, all right,
family
I'll give
run.
you $400 a week. type
Handshakes
thing,
and
you know?
whispers.
It was
Exactly,
it was
yeah.
always family run, man, and everybody admits that.
And then I
even
think
they
that's the
admit
real
that.
issue. Is Twiztid got to a point where they're like,
They're doing business.
yo, we're selling out these fucking giant venues, and I'm making $500 a week. What the fuck's going on?
That's why they got Funko Pops, and that's
Well,
why they got brand new vinyl records at Target.
Well,
Yeah.
You know what
Right,
I mean?
exactly.
The issue is once Twiztid got to a certain point, I don't even think ICP realized this. There was nothing else they could do for him. There was nothing that ICP could do for
other
Twiztid
than take their money.
other than take their money or them leave.
Yeah.
That was the only other fucking thing that
They
could
grew.
happen.
They just grew out of it.
There was a point where Twiztid had to leave, and I think they waited too late. They should have left earlier and got their business right.
Maybe, man, but it's hard to say that because I would just as happily have welcomed them being still the number 2 to ICP on Psychopathic Records, still just coming as hard, being the dynamic like quattro.
They just weren't
pair,
getting paid
you know what I
enough.
mean? Like I know, and that's
We're making
that,
what they would needed to
and,
make,
and that's
man.
what's the shame is that they couldn't have brought their heads together to form an M&E style business together rather than them having
They
to branch
can't.
off.
And when you're
Well, see,
under,
that was the thing. At
Egos
first,
got in the place,
At
I
first,
think.
didn't they try to just branch off and kind of be like a sub-label?
yes, I
But the
think they
thing
did.
is, I guarantee while they were doing that sub-label, Jay was still trying to be like captain of the ship.
Yeah.
And he's telling him shit, and they're like, yo, dude. Like,
But-
That's what I'm saying.
and then I heard, wasn't there like a physical altercation, and that was the final fork?
I don't know.
I had heard
But
something
Ouija
about,
Mac's
I don't
doing
know,
the
maybe
same.
I'm wrong.
Ouija Mac's doing it. He's got his own little sub label where he's got people and like it's
Well,
all good.
ABK did it with
they've learned their
Native
lesson
Funk.
now.
Native Funk, yeah.
ICP learned their lesson. They get it now.
You think so?
Is
So any-
ABK still with Psychopathic?
No.
Is Native Funk?
Nope.
Oh, they left too?
Yeah.
Yeah, he hasn't been fucking with ICP in a while. He does shit with Twiztid.
Well, I know he does shit
He's
with
not on
Twiztid now,
M&E, but
yeah.
he does his own thing. But you know, he's always been the like I said, the Dr. Pepper.
ICP
he
aren't in
rides
a,
both.
ICP aren't in a position where they could control anybody now. They're still in the music industry. Their status.
Yeah.
They'll always be their status
Sure.
in the music industry, but they can't control people like they used to
Yeah.
in the early days. But at
They're not the kings of horrorcore
yeah.
anymore.
But at that point, ICP will always be in the rock and roll history, and that's where all these people got noticed from.
Yeah.
That's another thing. You cannot fucking.
You can't take that away
You
from
can't
him.
take that
No,
away
no,
from
100%,
Twiztid.
they
Would
are
have
the
never.
originators,
Would have
yeah.
Twiztid ever got known without ICP?
Hell no, not even close.
Twiztid probably wouldn't even exist without ICP.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying,
very true.
man.
Literally.
That's what I'm saying. So you have to
They'd
take
be
Madrox and Monoxide would be working as like mechanics and pool cleaners.
They'd be doing like
in Detroit.
SSI music.
You have to
whatever the
take
fuck it
one
was.
with the other, man.
Superstars Incorporated.
Twiztid got where they were from ICP, and then they needed to branch out and do more
What
with
was,
their
what was
business.
Madrox's real name? Like James Spanish
Yeah.
Piniola or something.
Yeah.
Shit, Spangiola.
How many dope rappers
He
have
would-
you
yeah.
heard that aren't
You'd be like, "Hi, I'm Jamie Spangiola. You're going to need your birth certificate to renew your driver's license, man."
Let me ask you this: how many dope rappers have you heard that don't have a business stance in the music industry?
Oh, many.
How many dope artists have I heard that don't have?
I mean,
music
I've
sense?
literally
Oh,
probably
yeah.
hundreds.
Yeah, many.
Well,
So do
I
you think
that's
Twiztid would have
changing.
been any different?
Yeah, now, but here's the I think that's changing nowadays. Nowadays, like, when I talk to younger people and you explain, like, how it used to work, like, they don't get it. You know what I mean? Like, you'd be like, oh, man, like, I used to rap, and they'd be like, oh, yeah, did you ever pop off? Oh, no, it was hard. Like, we couldn't ever get, like, any label to sign us, and, you know, we were trying to kind of get out the old school way of, like, passing out CDs, and they'll look at you so confused, like, you know, why didn't you just, like, put it on social media? Like,
We
take one of your,
tried.
take
It
one of-
wasn't.
why didn't you take one of your paychecks and just, like, promote your post? You know what I mean? Like, and it's like, yeah, that shit that didn't exist. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
man.
You could not do that.
I feel it. It's hard.
There was
man.
no promoting your post. And now, like, if you really have something that you think is dope, put $200 behind it and promote it on social media and push it. You'll see. You know, you'll get to really see. You can push that shit out to 250,000 people within a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And it's like, you'll get your answer if you know.
Yeah, if it's dope or not.
Yeah, exactly. If it's dope or not. And I mean, you can pick what, you know, areas you want, what age group you want. You can pick all that shit down before you send it out. So it's a lot different now where if you got something dope, you can 100% do it yourself. Zero help from anybody. You can write the game.
But that being said, ICP has something that these new artists don't have. ICP has a stance in the old school business music industry.
Yeah.
They have a stance in the old school industry, as in they are cemented in that rock and roll Hall of Fame.
Back when you needed a label to really get that
Style.
exposure and that
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, like back when you needed a label to get that spread and that exposure and the really high quality recording and all that, ICP, like Psychopathic, was the dream label. Like if you were an underground, especially horrorcore artist, like because you knew, oh man, they're not gonna damper your style and all that. Especially back then, they had this dream image of, you know, they're gonna let you be yourself, and you know, you go on. The truth is, really, Jay is just like Vince McMahon. I mean, he's the same exact thing. Like, really, you think, you know, you go on there and you have control, but you have little to no control. You get on, Jay tells you who you're going to be. I mean, Boondocks, you know, he was brought up in the chat, and Boondocks is a great example. I guarantee you he didn't want to be the hillbilly scarecrow, but, like, he was a redneck dude, and Jay was probably like, all right, I've got an idea. Here you go. Here's what it is.
You're gonna be a scarecrow, dude.
Twiztid wasn't Twiztid before Psychopathic. Fucking,
but can you blame
Big
him?
Hoodoo wasn't Hoodoo before Psychopathic. Like, all these artists get their
He was
gimmick
doing
from
what sold,
Psychopathic.
man. He was trying to push what sold, and I truly believe that in his heart, he was trying to make these people money.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and they did. I mean, all these people made money, but like,
Yeah.
like I was saying, like I almost guarantee we don't really know the behind the scenes
He
that
did-
deep,
he
but I
did-
guarantee they were getting paychecks.
Let's put it like this: he's
not
stuck.
percentages.
He's stuck with the fucking gimmick.
He stuck with what he knew
Oh, no.
worked.
Yeah.
He was like, okay, we painted ourselves as clowns. That worked. Twiztid worked. Let's continue.
Yeah.
These guys will make money, and they'll
No.
want to stay.
And I'm not hating on that business sense because in the same sense,
He just
I think
didn't
Vince McMahon is a
understand it.
fucking overarching asshole, but he's fucking successful
Yep.
until recently. I really compare them two almost perfectly
Yeah.
because
what do you
they're
think
the
about
same.
Vince
They had like
McMahon's
a
new
super print-
mustache?
Vince McMahon's just like Violent J. I'm watching him now going, what the fuck are you
Dude,
doing,
looks ridiculous
bro?
with that mustache.
Yeah,
dude.
like it literally looks like they're going to record him. They're going to be like, so what are your new plans for WWE? He's like, first, I shall require all wrestlers to embed razor blades in their fingers. Later, the government will be mine. Yeah, like, what are you doing there, Vince?
Santanic.
I'll show them over at Extreme Wrestling.
Dude, Violent J's a genius. We all know that he's a genius.
I think Violent J was a different cat. He had a lot of ideas. And then he tried to do what was work with the people that came with him. He was like, look, this is what worked with us. Let's try to get you in on this. You'll make money. And then hopefully you'll stick with us.
He's like, the Juggalos are fucking idiots, man. They'll like it as long as you paint your face, dude.
It turned out that it didn't work in the long run.
Yeah.
He didn't know that.
I've got an idea about the carnival.
All right.
He didn't know that it wasn't going to work in the long run like that. He was younger. It takes some wisdom to understand that.
Yeah.
Now by the time he's older, now he's worried about family, women, being alone, and this type of shit, and that's what's fucking him up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now he's got these women, he's got these girlfriends, and all this shit that's happening with him. And it's like, and that business isn't the main thing that's on his mind.
Yeah.
Pussy is
Fair enough.
22-year-old pussy.
So it's like,
Pussy's great.
so,
man.
so now he's like, okay,
Rules the world, bro.
he's like, let these guys do what they do. So we just doing what he's wanting to, you know what I mean? He's like, whatever, I'll just roll with that.
He's like, as long peel me off 10%, Ouija. You can do whatever
Yeah.
the fuck you want.
So I get where he's coming from, and it's just he learned everything the hard way.
Yeah.
Jay learned everything the hard way.
Yeah. I think like the dark cloud just came over him really, really fast, and yeah, he's just in a pinch right now. But I do want to see him come out because, like, even though
I think
he
the
lost
man
the father
has-
figure
We
role,
love the
he's
guy.
still-
I
I
yeah,
think
he's
the
still-
man. I
Violent
think the
Jay.
man
Yeah.
has heart deep down.
Yeah.
He
He
created-
just needs to come out of this shit.
Like, this is the creator, essentially, of the thing that changed our lives.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, for the longest part of my life, for a very
Who-
large portion of my life, what he created was the only focus of my life. Like,
He's
that
the-
was my main
He's
focus.
the reason we all know each other.
Yeah,
who would have
100%,
showed?
yeah.
Who would have
Yeah.
showed you a
Exactly.
path that they did, other than him? Who
Yeah.
would have showed you a different type of path that you could go?
Yeah, a lot of people find their friends just from, like, coincidence of being in the same classroom, stuff like that. We bonded over music. You know what I mean? That's what brought us all us weird rejects together, and you know.
And let's be honest, he made a saga, the first 6.
Yeah.
And then it ended with a positive note, like, you know what I mean, believe in God and come together and let's go to Shangri-La. And like, man, that is just something that not a lot of people can do. And
Yeah.
make a fucking saga like that.
Like, actually execute the decade-long idea that you came up. You just whipped up
that
in your head.
alone, man, the first 6 saga, and then it ends on that note.
I mean,
the first 6 saga is just something not.
That's gonna go down in music history as
there's
like
not
an
many,
epic ordeal.
Yeah, there's nothing nobody will ever do that's kind of like that.
Yeah.
So
You're right, man.
he's just and he's learned everything the hard way, and now he's trying to sort shit out, and he doesn't know where he's at. He's older and he's weaker in his mind and his body.
And I think he's going through a little bit of a midlife crisis.
Yeah, midlife
I mean, when
crisis.
you're dating 20-year-olds at 50, like,
Yeah.
it's a sign.
Yeah.
No, normal. That's not a normal thing that people do.
The main
I get
thing-
that rock stars do that.
The main thing I would, the main fucking thing I would give him as advice is to get over the pussy.
Yeah.
Literally get over it, bro. Like
Yeah.
it's going to kill you.
Like, he's got a woman at home that, you know,
It's
hopefully
going
she's
to
still
fucking
giving him the
kill you,
puss.
man.
I mean, he's just dating. He started dating this new girl a few weeks ago.
Yeah, but don't he have doesn't he still fuck around with what's her name? Ruby Socks or whatever?
Ruby's.
Sugar Slam?
Sugar Slam, yeah.
No, that was his ex-wife. He hasn't dated her.
Sorry, well,
No, that was the worst mistake he ever made was losing her.
Yeah, Sugar Slam was his ex-wife. That's
Yeah,
his baby mama.
she was amazing. That was the worst.
Okay.
Best
worst
thing that ever
mistake
happened
he
to
ever
Violet
made.
Jane.
Yeah, I thought that he was, like, still with her or whatever.
No, I wish.
No, he fucked that up. He fucked that up, and she was amazing.
Oof.
And then he went through. Now he's just been going through a cycle of, you know.
Well, you know about his girlfriend dying, right?
Yeah, I kind of heard about
Yeah,
that.
that
Yeah, like
happened.
he
That
had
fucked him up.
He had, like, a druggy girlfriend that
Yeah.
died or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I have no clue what Lainey was like, but apparently drugs were involved. But then the family came out and said, "Oh, it had nothing to do with drugs.
It was anxiety
It was
medicine.
anxiety medicine." But that's still drugs.
I mean, yeah.
It's still fucking drugs.
Xanax is.
I don't
still- yeah.
care what you say. That's still drugs.
Yeah, you know, if somebody's like, actually, he was poisoned by kerosene that was in meth. Like, yeah, well, yeah.
Like, yeah, you still use that to
you
make
still
meth,
use meth.
right?
Yeah, you still use meth. Yeah,
Whatever the case is, it's not easy to get over that. But he managed to get over that,
church.
Yeah,
and now he is with another girl.
Yep. You know what? I hope this girl treats him right and he can help, like, make him happy, if nothing else. I seen he posted an Instagram reel the other day of, like, being in Miami and, like, she's laying in bed and shit. Like, he's just like, yeah, that's where she lives, I think.
See, that type of shit does not give me hope. I'm sorry. You're in Miami taking pictures of a new girl in bed after the one you loved just died a few months ago.
She posted a picture of herself, like looking good as fuck in, like, a Bloody Sunday shirt on her Instagram or whatever.
These are mad fresh.
Yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
I mean, she's
with
whatever. She looks good. I give her I shout out. Violent J, good fucking job, bro. You're banging very hot chicks, and kudos to you, my man. I
Yeah.
hope it keeps working out.
Hell
I hope
yeah.
it makes you happy, and you will
So fresh.
I hope you continue making dope music for the rest of your life. Truly, that's all. That's all I want. And I hope you are happy for the rest of your life.
We here at Deck One Dealt. We love Jay.
We do.
Honestly, I don't give a fuck.
We have
But you know,
aside from ASMR Chris,
Yeah.
or Chris. Sorry,
Chris,
you're labeled. You're labeled Chris here.
it's just you know,
But I always,
I'm whatever Chris I
I
need to
always
be.
remember you as ASMR Chris.
yeah. Look, I'm gonna be the whatever Chris I need to be. I can be sweep the floor. Chris.
Your voice.
You're
put-
behind the couch, Chris.
Your
Yeah,
voice is
exactly, behind the
soothing.
couch, yeah.
Your voice is soothing, and it puts me to sleep, and I love it.
I'm riverbed Chris.
But aside from Chris here, we love Jay here at Deck One Dealt.
Yeah, yeah. Deck One Dealt, the ones who matter at Deck One Dealt, they like Jay.
And we
Okay,
want-
they like him and they want the best. Okay, so when you hear my opinions about how I don't give a fuck if Jay chokes to death tonight on his dinner, I'm just joking. I don't want anyone to die. Like if
What's
he
your
choked,
thoughts on Shaggy?
if he joked to death and like lived through it, that would be pretty funny. Let's be for real. But
He would make it funny, hopefully.
yeah. You know,
What's your thoughts on
He'd be like,
Shaggy?
Fuck you, wicked clown.
Nah, but Shag's the shit.
Shag's
Shag is
always-
the shit.
yeah, Shag.
I hate on Jay, but that's just because like Jay hated on me. So after that, I was like, "Fuck you." You know what I mean? Like
That's been a
yeah, it
long,
was-
dude. That's been like how long has that been? Like
Hey, that's
20 years.
Hey, that's the thing. That's the thing, man. If somebody really saw, bro, it
It's
was
been like 20 years.
It was like 70 people laughing at me, bro.
What year was that?
There was like
2003.
70 people. Yeah, but there was like 70
20
people.
fucking
Bro,
years.
the whole Juggalo community I was around turned on me and laughed at me. I was
Bro,
like,
did they
I was
really?
like- it was like,
I'm still mad at Jamie
no.
Madrox for yelling
Yeah.
at me, dude.
Yeah, dude.
When did that
legit,
happen?
bro?
Jamie Madrox yelling at me.
What year?
With Tales from the Lotus Pod came out, 2001.
That's over 20 years.
Yeah.
Jay, because Jay had lost all that weight, and he told me, "You dance, you fat motherfucker," and everyone cracked up and turned. And I'm like, "Wait, so fat people aren't cool now? What the fuck happened? Oh, you lost weight, and now fuck fat people." And everybody's laughing at fat. Bro, 2 years before that, I was getting hugs. I was walking around with a sign that said hugs if you love fat people. I got like 100 hugs, bro. Titties all over me. And then 2 years
I remember
later,
that.
I'm getting laughed at by juggalos for being fat,
You're the
bro.
laughing
Bro,
stock of,
yeah,
of
what?
the dark forest.
If they
What?
I'll say
Killing
this.
me, bro.
I'll say this. If the gatherings actually had a legit battle circuit, you would have made it to the top.
Yeah, well, we
Oh,
tried.
yeah.
We tried. I was supposed to battle Fat Rat,
Fat Rat.
and that motherfucker never showed up. And then I remember he said, like,
That wasn't an officially sanctioned event. Though.
it wasn't officially sanctioned, but
Oh, bro,
like,
you would've
I
slot-
officially whooped his ass.
You
Let's
would have
keep it real,
fucking
bro.
murked them all. You would have made it to the top, and then Jay would have been
100%.
like, "Damn, you're dope, bro."
No, he wouldn't have been like. I mean, Jay was like getting domed in the fucking. He didn't give a fuck about those battles. Like,
No.
He was,
yeah,
he was
yeah,
fucking
he's like-
16-year-old juggalo.
Yeah, let's be for real. Like, yeah, Jay was getting pussy at the gathering. Like, I'm not naive. Like, but at the same time, like,
Well,
I
at
don't
that
know.
point, he was only 30. He was like late 20, 30.
Yeah.
Early 30s.
It was just like I idolized him. You know what I mean? That was like the pope of the psychopathic
Yeah.
family. You know,
Of course.
that's why the image faded after that. I was like, you mother.
Of course, man. I mean, when you're that young too, like it's
Yeah.
you just like you have rose-colored glasses on about
Sure.
shit, and like as you get older, you just kind of realize people are people, and
Yeah, and
it
that was
does-
the realization. I was like, oh well, this is just
It does take a while to
this is
realize
just a
that.
person.
though.
Yeah, it's just a human being, and yeah, like.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
He probably thought you were clowning him.
I'm not sorry. Well, he
Well,
did,
you-
but like, yo,
you
like,
had that persona where you were good at clowning people, so
like,
he might have had that.
bro, you're wearing clown paint, isn't that like the? And
Yeah,
it's not like I
no.
wasn't making fun of him. I was just like, hey, Jay, dance. Like that's it. And then he went, "You dance, you fat motherfucker." And it was just like that quick. And then, like I said, everyone turned around. That's
Like-
what made it
like,
super
bro, you
salty.
didn't have to call me fat.
Is
Come on.
everybody turned around and started laughing, and then it was just like I was standing there salty as fuck, and I was like, "Man, fuck this."
What if
And-
he was
yeah.
just like, "Fuck you, you dance"?
Now,
would, that,
granted-
would that have made you as mad?
Even if he would have said, "You dance," yeah, exactly. If he would have been like, "Man, fuck you, you dance," I'd have been all right. But yeah, the fat motherfuckers,
Yeah.
where I was like,
That
what
was
the
uncalled
fuck?
for, bro.
Especially because he was
Because you're a
skinny.
fat motherfucker.
Yeah, I was like, bro, you was the fattest motherfucker
Like, bro,
I've
you're,
ever seen.
you still outweigh me by 100 pounds, dude.
Yeah, no, at that point he was skinnier than me. I think. Yeah, like,
Yeah, that was the rate there.
yeah, he
as
was
shit.
skinny. He was fit at that point, but that was like when he was smoking.
Wow, how you
weed
gonna
and,
get
like,
skinny after being fat for 20 years?
and then call someone a fat
yeah.
motherfucker? That's what pissed me
What
off.
an asshole.
Like, bro,
I'm
come
with
on,
you, bro.
Jay.
What an asshole.
Come on, Jay.
Well, he was.
Shaggy never.
No,
did that
man,
shit.
no. Don't give me an excuse, bro.
Shaggy never did
He
that
was
shit.
in
He's a
decent.
fuck boy.
He was in decent shape until like the Juggle Brothers and Dark Lotus era, and then he got real fat, and then he lost.
Mighty
it all.
Death Pop era was his fattest.
Oh,
without a
he
doubt.
was. He was.
He was like
done.
gonna explode.
No, yeah. Ultimately, though,
2013 when he was happily married.
I still enjoyed the rest of that gathering, and I still had a blast. But that was my last gathering. That was when I was like, it
Chris,
shattered the image because like
we hope you come to this one.
I had like a really like idyllic utopian image of juggalos and like
if there's
ICP and
anybody in the
Twiztid,
chat
you know what I mean?
that
It was
wants
really
Chris to
utopian.
come to the gathering with us, Deck One Dealt, please say nay or yay.
You want me to do a poll?
No,
let's do
like
a-
no one wants me. No, because
do a
it's just
poll.
going to depress me more. It's going to be like 100% no's.
No,
This is gonna
people
depress
want-
me. The Juggalo world doesn't want.
You
me
don't
anymore.
understand. People love you, dude.
They don't. The Juggalo world doesn't want me anymore.
We love you, man. We love you.
Oh God.
We here at Deck One Dealt love you.
We
I love
man.
you guys. I love you guys.
Man, if
And,
you,
you know-
look, for those that don't know, Chris has been on the show many times. He's our home. He's been our homeboy for as long as we've all known each other for. At this point, like 22 years going on, some shit like that. So, you know, he has known us just as long as I've known this man. So he is one of us. You know what I mean? So if you like us, you like our homeboy
Chris is Deck One Dealt.
Without a doubt. He is. He came up with us at the same time. He just doesn't have time to waste on a fucking podcast. That's the only difference.
No, like I'm the resident hater. Like I come on the show to talk to basically give everyone in the chat the ability to be like, fuck this guy. Because like that, you guys are likable. You're likable juggalos. Since I'm no longer a juggalo, I'm an ex-juggalo. I'm not like a Deck One juggalo. I'm just an ex-juggalo. And that's why I get it. I get, 100% no. Told you. See, I know only one person's voted, but that answers it right there. Thank you, person who voted. You're answering the questions that everyone, you're doing God's work. That's all.
Well,
You're
we
doing
don't
God's
give a
work.
fuck. I don't give a
Whoever
fuck.
did that, you're hilarious.
I don't give
in
a
the
fuck
chat,
if it's
exactly.
100%
Thank
no.
you.
I want you there.
I do too.
And fuck everyone else.
If
If
it
I
was-
wanted to go to the gathering, I'll go to the gathering and I'll just take my ass whooping.
what if I
No,
pay?
I'm just
What if I
playing,
pay?
man.
What if
No,
I
it's-
pay for you to go? Will
Don't
you
beat
go?
me up.
Dude, what?
I would pay to go. The gathering is a blast.
If I pay your
even when
ticket-
I was a juggalo, I used to tell people all the time, like, yo, even if you're not a juggalo, come to the gathering. Go have a fucking blast.
Bro, if someone said, "Hey, do you want to go to the gathering and like hang out with every juggalo that goes to the gathering, or it can just be exclusive for no other juggalos but Chris?" And I'd say Chris.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, yeah.
Absolutely.
Dude,
No, I wouldn't even. They'd think, "Do you want? Here's the options. Do you want all the juggalos, or would you rather have Chris?" I bet Chris.
Dude, if they said, "Would you rather go to the gathering, or would you rather go to the gathering or hang out with Chris for an hour?" I'd be like, "Chris for an hour."
Without
well,
a doubt.
Well, thank you
Without a
guys.
doubt.
You guys are awesome.
So
and I
whoever
appreciate
voted
that,
no,
but
fuck
it's not-
you.
Well, no. I
I
appreciate.
changed my mind.
Look,
Fuck you. You're
whoever-
hilarious, but fuck you.
Look, I appreciate the no. I appreciate the yeses too. That's very nice of you. But I appreciate the no because you got to have real motherfuckers out there. And that dude was like, "No, I don't like this motherfucker at all."
I'm going to the
Every
gathering.
time he's
I'm
like-
going to the gathering, and I sure as hell would not like to see that guy there.
Exactly. I watched this show for you two, and this fucking guy comes in here with his bright colors. Doesn't know shit. He
Kinda
doesn't like
looks like you're
Ouija.
wearing,
Always talking bad about Jay. Doesn't like Ouija. Fuck this guy. I get him.
This
I
kind of
get
looks like
that.
a wizard hoodie. I don't know. Is like a?
Like a wizard.
got
Oh,
like
like
a
he's
wizard.
It's like a paint can or
Oh
something.
no, it's like you have like a hood that's just like a hood. and like,
Yeah. Like I am. Yeah, exactly. It's just like a hood, and I'm like fading. Fading into like. Yeah.
Man,
It does kind of look like a
It's like
wizard.
I like it.
I'll take it. It's like a wizard.
It's like a night cloak thing.
Hell yeah.
Some shit.
You're
like-
like a cloak.
Like
a
I
wraith.
feel like every time I walk in a gas station, whoever's looking at me is like, "That guy's gay," and I'm with it. You know,
Bro, look, I showed up on the show with a fucking zebra stripe.
No.
Sweater.
Bro.
that's fly though. That's
I got two of these exact. The hoodie, the people that make these hoodies, I got two of them.
fly. Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah, like different designs.
I got one that's a Pink Floyd one, and one that's like a cat. In
These are great,
space.
bro.
Yeah.
These are great. The graphics pop. They
That's
never
cool.
fade
Yeah.
like when you wash them. Like
yeah,
they're
these
the
are
shit.
the material's real comfortable.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
yeah.
like soft. They don't do shit to warm you up, but they're other than that, they're
They look
great.
they look
Comfortable.
fly though.
yeah, they're
yeah.
great, man.
All right, man.
Alrighty, so well, what's on the
All right.
docket? What's on the bucket
do-
list today?
Do you want
What
to?
we got?
I'll give you an option. Do you want to talk? Oh, we got 3 more things that we can do.
I sent you a link.
You did on what?
I listened to one. Okay, I just want to point out that
Yeah.
I've listened to 2 albums. The 2 albums that I've listened to, I definitely want to talk about because
Yeah, we'll definitely talk.
Yeah, I was impressed.
There was
by
a
both,
link
and
there was a link I said you apparently OneManKru sent a link to us.
OneManKru. Who's OneManKru? Like the
this?
wrestlers? Are they wrestlers?
Yeah, OneManKru sent a link to us and said this was the actual J diss.
This one here?
Yeah.
This was 14 years ago.
Wait, what? Hold on, wait. OneManKru sent
I
this.
see.
Unless this is a troll, let's just watch
So
this.
wait,
Let's
so
see
this is a brand new. We're debuting. We're debuting a brand new OneManKru Violent J diss song. Right?
This is the information I got.
Who's
okay?
who's OneManKru? Is that the dude?
That's the dude who made the Violent J video. That's the dude who punked the fuck out of Violent J.
Oh, okay.
You watched that video, right?
Yeah, I did.
Everyone
watch that
has
video.
seen that.
Okay.
video.
Yes. Okay.
So-
where like he's like on the street and like Jay doesn't show up or whatever.
But he drives by.
Right.
Jay drives by and OneManKru punks the fuck out of him.
Jay
This
drives
is-
by. We know for a fact that Jay drove by because like it
Well,
was like
well,
a
hold
30-minute
on.
video.
Well, not
so
for
I
a
watched a
fact.
bit of the video
Yeah.
and then I was like, I'm not sitting here for 30 minutes.
We don't know for a fact.
Like,
He
I
said-
got
he's-
weed to smoke. I got to jack off for work.
He
I
said-
got shit to do. I
He
don't have 30
says
minutes.
Jay drove by in a white Cadillac, and I guess that's what Jay drives.
Yeah.
Okay, but Jay never. But we never see a shot of Jay.
No, we don't.
No,
No,
you
no,
don't.
no,
No,
no.
but it was for sure Jay, dude.
It was for
Dude,
sure
it was
Jay.
for sure.
For sure,
For
Jay.
fucking sure him. He punked the
was
fuck out
Jay
of him,
in the
dude.
white
Hey,
Cadillac.
go check out. Search up OneManKru punks Violent J. You'll see
But
what I'm talking about.
Wait, so let me ask you a question. So if I were to say, I'm just from an outside perspective, say I'm just gonna pick someone from the chat. Lil Ninja, I like Lil Ninja. He's a good dude. So
love
say
him.
I'm like, hey, Lil Ninja, I'm gonna whoop your ass. Meet me in Columbus, Ohio at 6 p.m. at the fucking Eastland Mall, and he doesn't show up. Did I really punk him?
Well, if he drove by and didn't stop, then yeah.
But if I just point at a car and say, yo, that's
No,
Lil
no,
Ninja
no,
right
no,
there.
no,
That's
no,
Lil
no,
Ninja
no.
Well,
right
if
there.
it's- if it's
I
the-
can't prove it unless he rolls down the window and says, what's up, I'm Lil Ninja, fuck you.
Hey,
But
I that's a good question. How do we know a white Cadillac is what Jay drives?
Well, here's the thing.
Church.
OneManKru is a friend of the show. I trust OneManKru. He's a good.
is he the guy who did the rap album?
Yes.
Oh, okay. The rap album, he was a pretty decent rapper.
He's
Okay,
a very he's an amazing human being, friend of the show. If he said that, I gotta believe.
Okay, he said
I want
I
that.
got a message saying OneManKru has a real J
But-
diss, and this is
all right.
what they sent.
But
me.
I'm the devil here. Okay, so the thing in the Juggalo podcast. So I'm going to say that if I didn't see Jay, I can't believe
You're a
it.
fucking hater, dude. We get it.
It's
fine.
It's cool, and I'll be
Hold
that
on,
hater.
dude.
I'll be that hater.
Now hold
but
on.
if I don't see it,
before you hate, let's watch this J diss. He may surprise us.
okay.
OneManKru sent this.
Check out
His
this
album. His album was pretty dope.
Check out this Jay diss.
I mean, the features were horrible, but he was pretty sick. Right.
And this next music video is by singer-songwriter Mark Gormley.
Mark
This
Gormley.
is a great
Wait, what?
song.
Wait, what's going on here, dude?
Wait, who is that? Is that OneManKru right
Is
there?
this supposed to be
That's not
OneManKru?
OneManKru.
OneManKru told me this is his diss. So I don't know. Is this another? I don't know if this is another.
Are you
troll.
talking about dude in the glasses? Is OneManKru?
Dude, you know how people do music videos just like weird, like they'll put like different actors.
Yeah.
It might be that.
Okay, let's check it out. Let's see. Mark Gormley. Who?
Without You, a Violent J diss song, right? Okay, it's got a hot
Look,
chick on the beat.
she has the same top you do, Kyle.
Now this
Imagine,
better
dude.
be a good diss because the video's already kind of lacking.
All right, this video sucks so far, but it's fine. It's got a hot chick in a swamp. That's cool.
You call that a hot chick?
That looks like a place that we have.
That looks like a dude with long hair.
I think we did an RSW video there.
Wait.
Okay.
is that OneManKru? I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
what? You fucking asshole!
Like-
I got trolled
This is the
again.
second week in a row we got
I
punked.
literally got trolled again.
what's going on?
we
like,
got punked again. Dude. People keep sending us videos and saying they're like new shit, and it's just dumb shit like this. It happened last week.
You
too.
jackasses. You told
Honestly,
me this
okay,
is one
Hey,
man.
who sent this?
I just
do
wanna
you remember
say,
the guy's
like-
name?
I got the screen name said OneManKru to me. That's what I saw.
Wait, was it One Man KRU?
No, it wasn't.
I know that
it was
this isn't-
It was KREW.
That's why.
I know that
That's
this.
why.
I know that this isn't actually a J diss, but this is fucking lit, bro. This is fucking epic, dude.
This is pretty dope. I ain't gonna lie. I kind of
All right.
like it.
You sons
Like
of bitches.
if I'm sitting at a red light and someone pulls up next to me listening to this song, I'm like, that guy fucking parties.
Wow. I mean, I hope this guy fucks this chick because like she's.
Oh, he fucks her.
Like-
are you gonna be in this
Does she
music
have a
video
mustache?
if you're not getting paid or fucked?
Does she have a mustache or no?
I don't think so, dude.
She has a mustache.
I would fuck that chick.
She has a mustache
legit-
her on a date.
Look at her.
Look
bro.
at that.
She's sexy, man.
Come on,
The
Derek.
body's okay,
fine-
but
she's
she
fine
has
as
a
fuck.
See,
mustache.
I forgot I have to use code names. Sorry. Come on, Carver.
She has like a 15-year-old, like just coming in mustache.
Yeah. Some of us are into that. She's like,
Bro,
whatever Kim Kardashian is. She's that.
like
She's
it's
Armenian.
it's the
or
most
something.
ineffective. Like she's wearing zebra stripe, and that's the most ineffective camouflage ever in this scenario.
Bro, this dude is menacing.
Oh, dude,
Like-
he's killing it.
Like,
What is with the apartment complex?
dude? He's just
Why
letting you know-
is he in front of an apartment complex?
I think he just went to Google and typed in tranquil, and that like tranquil crossings, apartment crossings in Michigan came up, and he's just like screenshot.
Lil Ninja said the guitar is sweet.
Like, oh, dude, it's badass. I'm just saying, like, if
All right, you sons of bitches.
play
you got us.
play this at my funeral.
One man crew with a C.
Someone said this
That's
was
lit, bro.
One Man Crew's diss to Jay. Whatever. Fuck you guys. You trolled me again.
You sons of
Sweet,
bitches.
bro.
Mark
Graham,
All right, so we got 3 more things. What order do you want to do them in? We can either check out the next Vinny Mac video, or we can check out the Astronomic Dr. Khronik, or Echo's side from Dimension.
I say let's go through the Khronik, man. I mean, I want
There's some things I want to say. Well, since we're already on the topic of the crew,
Let me go take a pee
Let's
real
talk
quick. I'll
about
be
that
right
album.
back.
Go ahead.
yeah, we'll talk about that album because, like, legit, I'm not a fan of most Juggalo rap. It's very rare out here
So
Juggalo rap
we're,
that I like.
we're going to be honest here. Like, we're going to keep it real. One Man Crew
Yeah.
is a friend of the show. But we pride ourselves on being honest and open, and I hope he can accept constructive criticism because we got a few things to say, but there's some redeeming things about it.
Absolutely. Like, I was gonna say, like, I don't like Juggalo albums usually, but I actually dug his parts. The shit I have complaint about are the features.
Yeah.
I hope he didn't have to pay a lot for those features because most of them are fucking disappointing.
He told us he got a good deal. Like, he went to Magic Ninja and talked to them and got a package deal for like all the features.
Oh, okay, cool.
So-
So that's a little understanding because, like, the thing is 100%, like, his raps weren't bad, like, legit. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't think his raps were bad. Like, I thought he had some pretty good hooks on most of the songs, but there was some shit I heard on there that I was like, what the fuck is this? Namely, and I'm just going to start it right now. I'll just bring it up before Carver gets back. That fucking Blaze feature, holy fuck,
The Blaze
bro.
features is rough,
Oh
dude.
my God.
Honestly-
that was one of, I'm not being sarcastic when I say that is one of the worst features I've heard in my
All
life.
right, so the album is from the
and the song and the track is fucking tight. Is pretty tight tight on that song. Like, bro, if I would have gotten that, I'd have legit been like, all right, well, Blaze isn't on the album.
All right, do you want us?
Cut. Blaze isn't on. I guess I'll just put this one in my bin and save it.
Do you guys want us to keep it 100% real, or do you want us to just be nice to the guy? Because we like One Man Crew, truly. Even after listening to this album, I have some choice things to say, but I still like the guy. I still hope he keeps at it. I honestly have like pointers, and I'm no pro, but there's
Well,
some
for
things
me-
he could have done to improve.
Do
what
we
was
want to do a
released.
summary of what I think right now? Or
Sure,
wait?
sure, you can.
I mean, summary of what I think is, I think One Man Crew, he can come out with some pretty cool sounding raps. He can come out with some good lines. A lot of the guests on here, I'm not feeling too much.
No, not at all.
And I think some beat switch ups would have helped.
yeah,
I think there's
There's some beats. Like, for example,
I
like,
think there's
I
a
bring
re-
up the Blaze song because that was so fucking bad. I think Blaze should have sent a message back and been like, "Yo, bro, I can't."
like don't put my name on that.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
well, or just be honest, be like, "Yo, like, I can't write nothing to this beat. You got another one I
Go
can
ahead.
hop on?"
We're already talking about it. Start playing
Yeah.
it. Let's just play it.
All right, so right off the bat, like so it's
I
called
was
the
gonna say-
Astronomic Dr. Khronik by Keepaz of the Krypt. If you want to listen, follow along. But this is a
There's some funny shit on this.
look-
There's some funny songs on here that I actually do enjoy.
I agree. Let me introduce it by saying
I do really like the intro.
the intro's good. This album is essentially a parody of an ICB Joker's card.
Yes.
That's the
Oh,
best
okay.
way to look at it.
Is that the idea?
That's the
like
idea,
what
yeah.
this is
He
supposed to be?
literally calls it a smoker's card.
Yeah, it's it's a
okay.
parody of a Joker's card about weed, but but it goes through the sins: gluttony, greed, sloth, It goes through all that shit.
I like that. That shit is actually dope. Like,
yeah,
I like
that's
that.
a really good idea. I don't mind
Right.
It
that.
adds an extra layer of
Yeah.
coolness to the album.
There's a few
Lust,
features on here
Envy.
that actually were pretty good,
Do you
but
see-
only a couple of them.
So-
Most of the features were pretty shitty.
Scroll through the list and show Chris
Yeah.
this. Start from the top.
Okay, sorry.
So we go gluttony, greed,
Sloth, lust.
sloth, lust,
Lust,
envy,
Oh, the
pride.
7 sins. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I got you.
So they go through that, and
Yeah,
they
Bobby Mars had a really sick verse. ROC had a really sick verse.
in each track,
G-Mo's was really tight.
get to it.
in each
Yeah.
track accompanying that sin, they stick to topic,
Yeah.
They do a good job
which
of
is
that.
really fucking good.
I want to say this about the intro. Tommy Chong is on it. They might as well just not had him. Like
Yeah.
No, I
Tommy,
agree, yeah.
the Tommy Chong parts are so like spliced in. Like the mixing on it sucks.
I couldn't
dick.
hear it at all. Yeah,
I'm sure
It
he
wasn't-
paid Tommy Chong to do that from like a cameo or something. Like the audio either should have been cleaned up or you should have made your audio sound like you were calling him or something.
Yeah.
You know, like
That-
it sucks. Like you
that-
could have done a better job on that shit. Let's keep it 50
So-
Street.
I'll go off and say, as far as One Man Crew himself, there are some good sections in here where I'm like, he sounds cool, and I like what he's saying.
No,
He's saying some cool
You
shit.
like everything he's saying though.
I
well,
will.
no, on some songs he sounds like a Juggalo E40. Real talk.
Yeah, there's some
Like, 'cause
E40 sounding
Very,
stuff.
very few. But like every once in a while, he'll kind of go into Terry where he'll say, I walk in and I see him sitting there. Like, he kind of has like that influctuation where he'll have like kind of the E40 bounce at the end of like his words, where it's like kind of an Oakland thing.
Yeah.
But that's not most songs. Most songs, it's pretty. It's tight. But yeah, every once in a while you'll hear that kind of come in.
I like when he's doing his skits.
I think it's one of those songs where he'll do.
Wait, talk about this one. Talk about this one.
Like rewind it a little bit when he's doing. Oh my God, I got it. Like he has a good actors.
Yeah, he's acting and shit.
He's got a good little actor voice.
He did a
and-
good job setting up the plot
Yeah.
of the album and shit. So, like, there's things about this album that are done very
like,
well.
Like his persona, his character, I like.
Sure, sure.
I do like.
Sure. Yeah, it's not,
I would. The main thing about this album is the guests. I think pull him down.
Yeah, that's what's funny is like they're like top notch. As a juggalo, if I was a juggalo back in the day when we were making albums, if this was my features list, I would have been busting nuts.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I'd have been like, oh my God, this is the greatest
Right.
feature. This is like my dream features list as a juggalo rapper. But then like you hear them on the songs and you're like, oh fuck, bro. Like,
look,
and it's
ladies
not all of
and
them.
gentlemen, it's
Yeah,
literally
and this is done pretty good.
it's done. I mean, this is why I say it's a parody of an ICP
Yeah,
album.
this is done really good. It sounds exactly like a Joker's card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except the only thing about it is I know he produces.
Yeah.
I know he produces. The only thing I wish is that he would choose different drum styles,
Yeah.
different drum beat
He
styles.
does that shit in every song.
Every song is the same kind of drum
Yeah.
drum beat style.
Yeah.
Yeah, trap beats.
And then he raps really slow on the beat, so you don't even need it to be like that.
Yeah, he picks it up on some spots, and
Yeah.
there are some sections where the lyrics get more clever than the last
Yeah,
one.
Yeah.
And I think he goes through a gamut of levels of rapping
I was
on
like
this
burps.
album.
Yeah.
If you burp or fart at the
I'll
beginning
say-
of a track, I'm gonna be like, all right, kudos.
I'll say Gluttony, they chose a good song right here. I think this is one of the funniest songs.
This is like a good clowny kicker.
I think it's
Yeah.
a good clowny kicker.
I like how he flips ICP's verses.
Yeah,
That's kind of cool.
He does it okay.
He does it a few.
He does
so-
it pretty good.
He does
yeah.
it a few times on this album.
But I will say this: after this, I'm not reviewing anybody I know's album ever again.
It's hard.
Ever
It's hard.
again. Because I don't want to hate on your album, and I don't want to like over love it or anything like that. So don't ask us to review albums after this. We're not doing it. We're strictly sticking to public albums that are in like the
I
fucking
say
actual.
I say you strictly stick to fucking listeners' albums.
No,
Just have
we're
them,
not.
and then like just bring me in, and then like I can on most of them I'm gonna shit all over them.
I'll say
but that's
this.
what I said. I'm surprised by this album because this wasn't. Oh, this dude's not bad.
Yeah.
It's just he has songs like this is one of the songs where he kind of has that E40 sound, where he's like gluttony, gluttony.
The only thing about this hook is that he's just like gluttony,
It sounds
Well, like I remember
yeah.
in this verse, which the hook is pretty long, but
Yeah.
that's another thing. Like you can short if you have a repetitive hook. Usually keep it, even if you listen to like trap, just because I'm a big hip hop guy. Even if you're listening to like rap or whatever, like even in trap, you want to keep it at 4 bars. Like if you're doing that, you know, if you're doing all I do is make money, all I do is make all I do is like the only one that I've heard that didn't do it is a parody, and that's or is like a meme, and that's Gucci Gang.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to be Gucci Gang, you know what I'm saying? Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang. Yeah.
I will say this. This is the first parody of a Joker's card I've ever heard.
Yeah.
So he has cemented himself as that first one.
That's true.
So this will go down as being like a Joker's card parody.
This is an interesting slice of like just
Culture.
of Juggalo culture
Yeah.
because of that, and the fact that he got every single one of ICB's enemies on the track.
Yeah, right, yeah. I mean,
Every
yeah.
one of their enemies and like ripped off every single fucking idea.
Not everyone, but everyone that's attainable.
Yeah.
And
It's like
this is
you
what
you ain't get Eminem on the album,
Right,
but
of
like
course.
that's not going to happen.
This is what I'm going to say. Where's he going to go from this? This is a smoker's card. Where else can you go with a smoker's card besides a weed plant?
He's doing more.
What's he going to do? A bud, a bong, a fucking bowl? Like what else are you going to do?
I can't share, but I might have seen the next smoker's card.
You've seen it.
I might
Oh,
have seen it.
shit.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, I mean, you can do a bong. You can do a bong with something coming out of the bong, kind of like riddle box type.
You want me to show it to you?
Or
I'll show you guys.
okay,
All right, let's see it.
I can't show. I can't divulge for everyone else. Sorry.
Okay, we're about to see some exclusive
there's exclusive
shit.
shit here, boys.
And,
Sorry,
and y'all
listeners.
can't
I
see it.
get to
I'm
see it.
sorry.
Y'all can't see it. I'll
Just keep
take
talking. I gotta
I'll
find
take a secret screenshot of it, and if you guys want it, you can cash at me $5, and you'll see the CD cover. Cash at me.
Yeah.
I smell cock in the air.
Hold on, let me hold up
Here it
my.
is.
Wait a minute. I've seen that before. Where the
might
fuck
have
have I
I
seen
might
that?
have sent it to you.
What is that supposed to be?
Don't
even
you
tell
can't
me.
talk about it.
Yeah,
You
but
can't
It's
what-
talk-
a secret.
You can't talk about it, but like at the same time,
It's
like,
cool. I mean, it looks
bro.
like
I'm just gonna say this. I'm just gonna say this before it comes
Here,
out.
this is what it's
listen,
called.
Hold on. Don't like the title, but yo,
right.
before it comes out, just a thought at the bottom. Since it's weed, right? Maybe come out of a little more weed inspired.
Come out of a
you know what I'm
bong
saying?
or a
like
pipe.
a bong.
So the next one
Yeah,
isn't
man.
weed inspired.
It doesn't like looking at it. It doesn't
a
look
bong
like it.
or a
but
pipe, but you know,
It
I've
definitely
never,
has some smoke.
I'll give you.
I think.
I'm gonna give a hint. I'm gonna give a hint for the lovers of the albums. Okay, I'm gonna give a hint. Like, I ain't never smoked out of a lamp. You know what I'm saying?
I will
I ain't never
say
smoked
that
out of a lamp,
I will
man.
say this. I thought he was going for smoker's cards, so it was all going to be like weed themed.
Yeah.
It
Oh,
looks-
maybe it's just smoke themed.
Yeah, it looks like it's changing. It looks
okay.
like he's got some more ideas, so I'll give him that.
Oh, bro, like I
Hey,
would be.
how about
Hold
this?
on,
It does look cool.
back to the chat.
It looks
on
pretty
the
cool,
chat.
yes.
DC Fago guy said a stroker's card, an album about beating meat, and Engage said you could get some really cool samples for a stroker's card, bro. I would be down.
I already
for a
made that
Stroker's
album.
card.
Yeah.
A stroker's card, like 6 strokers cards.
I already made that album with you back in the day. Remember?
Fuck yeah, bro. Well,
Yeah.
there was a lot of stroking going on.
yeah,
We had-
Here's light. He fucking
you gotta,
sucks on
you
here,
gotta
too.
use your lotion. Yeah.
Wait, hold
He
on.
didn't try it at all of this.
Who's this?
Light. Light can rap his ass off. He sucks dick on here.
What is?
Yeah,
this
well, that's
is
how most
Light?
people are.
Yeah.
You can tell almost every single feature. They were like, I feel like Twiztid came in and was like, hey, we got to get you on a feature. I'll give you $100. And they're like, all right, fuck.
This is my
And then,
theory
like,
on. This is my theory.
They wrote
on
it in
the
5
guests.
minutes.
They did not write to beat any of these beats.
Oh, like they just wrote a verse and
They
recorded
just
it?
wrote a verse, recorded it, and they weren't to the beats.
Maybe. That might be true. And they just like they rap to a completely different beat.
I just think it was a single pass verse. That's what I'm thinking. So you're basically writing down a freestyle.
Yeah, pretty much. It's either that or like they did not know.
Smoke till I
They,
die.
they may have got sent like.
Yeah, I passed on this one. I'm going to keep it
Wait,
real. Hey,
did
fam.
you puff pass?
Look, no, like I love.
you puff
getting
puff
high.
pass? You get
I
it?
Fucking yeah.
Speaking
I
of
puff
that-
puff pass by the fucking
Hey man,
second part of the hook. I was like,
give
pass.
OneManKru Give OneManKru the pleasure and the privilege of smoking to his album.
Bro, the fact is, like, legit, like, this is one of the only, like, hooks I just did not feel, bro. The hook on this is not good at all, man.
I smoked till I died. I
Yeah,
smoked
this
to survive.
this is
Busta
an E40 one for
Busta-
It
sure.
sounds like you on something scary, bro.
Bust the
something
E40 style freestyle to this. Smoke till I die. I don't give a shit. Man, I like French fries.
I don't want to sound like I'm dragging dude.
No, dude.
Yeah, because I was gonna say like
OneManKru's
legit,
his
like
shit.
I don't think. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think. Okay, cool.
We like
But,
OneManKru.
because I do that. Like ironically, I do that voice all the time because it sounds like a dude we listened to back in the day. What was his name? Bobby
Knight.
And so like they love it when I do that voice.
We love it when
my
you do Bobby Knight's voice.
Oh my God! I don't even care. Go to the party and walking down the stairs. Yeah, that's the whole point. You gotta make the raps make zero sense. You know. I like fries. They're so tasty. I like boobies when they have pasties. I like. You know. I drive my car to the corner store and I lay down on the floor. I want a bottle. Give me a bottle. I get a motorcycle. Step on the throttle.
You gotta rhyme the same word twice every now and then.
Vroom vroom. Hop in the automobile. Drive fast. Drive fast in my automobile. But yeah.
Love it. No, it's fine.
Look. No. Stop. Worst feature of all time.
Blaze
And
on
here's
the
the thing.
Sucked.
Here's the thing. Like his
Sorry.
verse, not horrible.
Hey, I would have just put this song on the scrapped list if I was there.
100%. This song would not have made the album.
Hey, Mr. Crew.
Listen to this. Listen to this.
One man. Mr. Crew.
All right, here, let's listen to Blaze's. We're sitting here shitting on it. Let's let
Yeah.
people hear it and judge for themselves and
I
talk in the
don't-
chat.
And then we'll do it after.
Here, let's
do
play
it.
Blaze's chorus, his feature.
Just play it.
Because this is horrible.
He was worse than any other rapper on this album.
Here goes Blaze.
What the fuck? Hold on, Pat. Pause.
Did you want Starbucks?
That is the feature. Like he doesn't have a verse on this song. I
No,
don't
that's
think.
it. That's what he
Yo,
paid for on
yo.
that one. I'd
But you
have
want
just said,
Starbucks?
I'm good. I'd have just scrapped it, bro. That would not have made
You
the
want?
album.
Hey man, you want a white chocolate
I
macchiato?
don't need Blaze on the album at that point. Like, if I sent money to someone and they sent me a song of their like mom queefing
fuck was
and it was
that?
auto-tuned, I would have been happier
Bro,
than to
bro,
get that
how-
verse.
What the fuck kind of verse is that you paying for?
Hey, check this out in retrospect.
Dude, you're paying
I know.
for that. Bro, OneManKru. Sorry, I spelled
You're
that on
good,
you.
bro. You're good. I
One
got
man
bacon
crew.
grease on my pants. Right?
OneManKru.
I'm so fat.
You should
I-
have sent it back like I need something
I
different.
do
bro.
like
Bro,
I like a
100%.
lot of your verses on here, and I think you got some potential to grow and actually get better. And I think
Bro.
this this album is it stands still as a fucking parody of
Bro.
the Joker's cards in a world of this juggalo
And as
shit.
a message to Blaze, yo, you're dead, homie. Like
That was
That was
horrible.
horrible.
Bitch, you want Starbucks?
Yeah, you bitch, you
And
want
I-
Starbucks? I'm silky like
fuck was
almond
that?
breeze.
I don't know.
Like I literally feel like this motherfucker was like in the grocery aisle, like trying to write his verse on his phone, and he was going down the fucking drinks aisle and like glancing to the right and like orange juice. I got almond breeze. I got milk with vitamin D. Bitch, you want Starbucks? Cause I got Starbucks. I got Monster Energy drinks with the Java. Like
He just walked in the grocery store and saw the Starbucks and was like, "Bitch, you want Starbucks?"
it's like like he was like trying to do inventory at a gas station while he wrote this verse,
I
and then
get
he's
it.
just like, "I'll knock out two birds with one stone." Come on, Blaze,
I understand.
bro.
He was like, look, man, I paid for this Blaze verse. I'm gonna put it on here. I get it.
I get that.
I don't get it.
I
I
would've-
would have, if anything, I would have made it a skit or something.
I would have
like,
I would have rewrote
cut it up.
I would have rewrote an entire beat that would fit that. Number one, and two,
That's hard. That's
he has
that's,
the means.
That's hard.
Really?
As
He has the means.
me as someone who produces, that is very hard to write to produce a beat to someone's verse.
I would have sent him the beat back like, hey man, like
Brad did it to our shit, and we were like,
very
blown
hard.
away. We were
I'd have been like, can you please?
very
I'd
hard.
be like, can you please like, can you rap more to the beat because I don't know how to work with this.
I don't
sorry.
think he wrote. I don't. That's what I'm saying. I don't think these people wrote to beats.
What did they write to then?
They wrote. They literally just wrote to nothing.
when
Oh,
they-
you're saying they sent basically something
Yeah.
that they had recorded.
You think they
just
had a
wrote.
backlog
They
and they sent
literally
it.
just wrote
Or-
to nothing, and then OneManKru sent them the beat, and they just wrote what they had already written,
Well, look, I pulled this.
or
song-
they just rapped what they had already
pulled
written.
I don't know because there's too many. There's like it still feels. What I think the actual thing is everybody did one passes on these because that's kind of what we always called it when you cipher, but you write it down. I used to do that shit with Cap City when we would write. You know,
Yeah.
when we were write, if y'all remember, I'd be done with my verse in 20 minutes, and y'all would be like. And then as we went on, I started spending more time on lines. But anyway,
We were like, "How did you write that so fast,
yeah,
man?"
but that's because it was whack, and it was like, it was like just your first thought, and you were just really focusing on that last bar. I think what really happened is Blaze got this task to do. He got paid. They probably got $100 to do each verse or something because it was a package deal. And then Blaze heard the beat and was like, "I don't know how to rap to this," but he needs fucking money because they're not very successful artists. Just keep it real here. They're like very underground artists. $100 is $100, fam. So like he
Dude,
tried.
he got paid more than $100.
Yeah,
on that.
shit. I'll bet
he
you
got paid. He got paid like
Shit.
at least
Blaze,
a grand.
Blaze, you're tripping,
grand.
bro. You're
Period.
tripping on
A
feature
grand.
prices, bro. No,
You don't think?
I
for
don't
a
thi- I don't think
Blaze,
Blaze is charging a
for
grand,
a Blaze,
bro.
no, bro. I guarantee this dude probably paid Twiztid Magic Ninja like $2,500 for every artist on their
Yeah,
roster.
probably.
Twiztid probably took like $500 a piece and then divvied the
What
rest
would you
up.
pay?
Blaze for a Blaze
Or
verse,
what would you
100.
charge? What would you
100,
charge?
maybe 150.
If you were in Blaze's position, what would you charge?
100.
100.
$100
Dude,
for a Blaze
fuck
feature.
that.
Okay,
I'm
yo,
Blaze.
bro.
You're paying $1 grand to get me.
No,
bro.
Hell no.
I
Blaze?
would
What?
expect to pay legitimately.
Time
like,
out, time
and
out.
Look, if I
Because look,
hold on, wait,
let's
wait,
just
wait,
look
wait,
at
wait.
Spotify.
We can look it up. Look it up if we
Absolutely.
can.
Look, if I reached out and said how much for a Blaze verse, and they told me anything more than like $500, I would laugh at their fucking face.
Okay, 500.
$500.
500 is good, but I would still be charging $1 grand, and then I would lowball. Like I'd be like,
all right. True enough that like on Spotify, like his biggest streams do average around 1 million streams.
yeah, he gets a fucking
Yeah,
Blazes.
he's got
Blazes
enough. He's got
Blaze,
enough.
dude.
He's got enough. Yeah, he's got enough. All right, so I'll say on that, yeah, $350 for real for a Blaze verse, $350.
350.
Yeah, bro. Because
How
you're also talking about the main pool is these are all tracks that were on major Blaze albums that NE pushed. You're gonna have to look for people who are just going in and searching Blaze You Dead Homie, and then they like him so much they're clicking on tracks that he's featured on.
Yeah.
Because that's really why you're getting features nowadays. It's for people searching for their name. They see it and they click on it out of curiosity.
Sure.
How many people you think
Yeah.
are really searching for Blaze's music on a daily?
I mean,
come
not,
on, bro.
I mean,
Not that many.
other than Juggalos, none.
Yeah. Now, granted,
But
in
there's
the,
a
in
million
the,
juggalos.
in the Juggalo world. Yeah, you're going to get some exposure still. No, I wouldn't pay more than $350 for a Blaze.
350. I would say at
350
least
for a Blaze
500.
I was
No
thinking
way,
500.
350
At
for
least
Blaze.
500.
Twiztid, I'd say you're probably looking at like
That's 12.
two grand, probably like two,
yeah,
3 grand for
I was
a
gonna
feature.
say that. I was gonna say I'm lowballing. That's 12. I would say at
But
least
Hey, if
12.
anybody
I'm
knows,
betting
let us
they probably
know.
charged them like $2,500 and gave everybody on the label because like,
Dude,
and then
Twist
if
is-
you're looking at someone like Light, that's $100 a verse, maybe,
Bro.
bro.
Yeah.
I
Bobby Cray is a Columbus artist who I would rather have on my
Bobby
shit than,
Cray's
than
dope,
fucking
bro.
Light. And Bobby Cray's what, 50?
I had
Like,
Bobby
that's
Cray.
like
I've had Bobby Cray over here before. He's
yeah,
the shit,
local like to me like really dope local
Yeah.
acts I'd pay 50. Really dope top underground acts I would pay 100.
Yeah.
But like that's the most I would pay for like a Light or something. And really, like I said, I'd expect 50. Out
Bro,
of
you're
Light.
Lowballing Twiztid. Are you kidding me?
Twiztid.
Twiztid,
Like
I would
You say
expect.
grand, $2 grand?
I would
$2
expect to
grand,
pay a
I would
grand.
think
Dude, it's like
grand.
$5 grand
Twiztid.
to get Twiztid.
I would expect
guarantee
a grand a piece.
$5
for
grand.
Twiztid.
I think Tech 9 right now is like 20 grand or something right now for
Yeah,
Tech 9.
and Twiztid is
and
5.
that's Tech 9 though. You're thinking about how much exposure you have Tech 9 on your song, your shit is fucking
I
getting
love
a
that we're
shit
talking about
ton.
how much people cost during the track Greed.
I know. Hey, this smoker's card is taking its effect, man.
Hey, guess what? I wouldn't pay for none of y'all. So
The
fuck
Dark
it.
Chronicle. The Dark Chronicle. Ooh, see, hey,
And
trademark, bro.
This
You owe me $5
motherfucker
for
can
that.
rap, and he ain't gonna pay for none of y'all shit. So how
Yeah.
about that?
Yeah, church. Yeah, but no, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I am delusional on like how much shit costs. But,
Starbucks?
for that, bro, you paid me $200 not to release it.
I would have
It's
told
like,
him like, hey man, I appreciate the
that
feature, but
shit's horrible.
if you can't record it, I'm just this one's gonna just get set to the side, man. Thanks though. And
Yeah.
I would have just never worked with him again.
Yeah, exactly.
That'd have been the end of it.
Bitch, you want Starbucks? Like, God,
That
so
shit sucks
bad, bro.
dick, man. He
So
should be
bad.
embarrassed.
Yeah,
I hope Blaze is
This
bad,
is
bro.
horrible.
This is the
I'm
worst
sorry.
part of the album, and
sorry.
arguably one of the
One Man
worst
Crew,
features I've
man,
ever
you
heard.
were a cool cat, and
I can't believe you didn't talk shit to him. For
the
sending you
fucking
this.
the shit you went
Well,
through.
he kind of did in the Twiztid song. I think in that he says something like, "I gotta hate on people for sucking on my own song" or something like that. But it's on the Twiztid track, so I was like, is he referencing Madrox in this or what? Because he does say something along
Twiztid
those
gave
lines
them
in this song.
Twiztid gave them
Look.
a contract that said you may not diss anyone in the song that we're featured on.
Oh, okay. Well,
hold
so
on.
he literally had a contract like he couldn't diss Jay or
Yes,
anything.
not in the song they're featured on. Yeah.
Wow,
Mr. Green says 25 acts, 2,000 Blaze, Def got a G, maybe 700.
He said Blaze. So Blaze got definitely a G.
I
maybe
say
700.
Blaze got a G for sure. For sure.
At AXC 2000. That makes sense though, because AXC right
That's
now
three
is
people.
fucking popping.
Yeah.
Well, and they have a name that's going like
Blaze
right
is-
now. As far as underground, they're fucking killing it.
Blaze's
Like
name.
they're the Twiztid to like where what Twiztid was to ICP. That's kind of I think where they're at on the label.
They got Mike Clark on their next album.
Yeah, because they're almost to the same success as Twiztid on
Yeah,
MNE.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. They're like
Justin Manning.
AXC
He's
is
funny,
fucking
man.
killing it.
He's
dude.
hilarious.
Justin Manning, we definitely, yeah, should have got Mark
For AXC, I would pay $2,500, $3,000 for them. 100%.
How much
But
would you pay for a Mark Gromley feature?
Mark Gromley feature? Oh God, there's not enough money in the world. No, Twiztid, real talk. Like I would say right now, like $5,000-$6,000 for Twiztid, but AXC probably about $2,500, $3,000.
Nah, see,
I think that's
reasonable.
reasonable.
That's way too much for Twiztid.
That's reasonable. No,
5,000?
6,000. I think
Are
that's
you
what it would take.
shitting me?
I think that's what it would take to get Twiztid on an
No
album.
way.
That's what I'm thinking.
I would say two grand. Period.
$2,000
$2,000.
depends on the involvement. I think this. I
This
think
was-
this is the kind of verse you get for $2,000.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm trying to say.
I
though.
agree with
You've
you.
got Twiztid on a track, and you've
$2,000.
got Twiztid on a track.
Yeah.
And they're going to go off what you pay. So they have this passive
One-Man
verse shit
Crew-
that they're not going to try on. Because
One
you
man-
can tell on this Monoxide, I guarantee you wrote this verse in 15 minutes, maybe.
I
Jamie
would-
Madrox wrote his verse, gets to the end, and then records it, and they're like, yo, bro, you still got like 4 bars to go. He's like, okay. He writes one more and repeats it 4 times.
I will
That's
say
in
this.
this song. But Madrox, just the last bar is just him. His last 4 bars is the same line 4 times repeated.
What are you saying?
But yeah, sorry.
I was going to say this. Madrox's verse on this is not great.
No,
Not great.
it's not good at
So
all.
I would, One Man Crew. I'm not. You're doing your thing. You're doing an actual parody of a Joker's card, which is, I would say, pretty hard to do.
Yeah.
Pretty hard to actually pull off. And you're getting all of Violent J's enemies on this. How much did you pay for this? Is my question.
I'd be curious.
And how much did you pay for a
He's
Monoxide
got money,
verse?
bro.
How much did you pay for a Monoxide verse?
Oh, he had to pay bread for all these features, but right when I heard it, I was like, I guarantee this is a package deal. Like, he hit the label up. They said, yo, we can get you features for this much. Twiztid is going to take the biggest chunk of it. Is AXT on this album?
I don't think so.
No.
Okay, so there you go. That saved them a shitload of money. If he would have had both of them, he would have easily had to pay over $6,000.
You got literally every other
Easily.
M&E artist.
But yeah, I'm guessing he probably paid $2,500, $3,000. So for every one of these, they got a quick payout. The lower artist probably got like $100.
Yeah.
And it kind of went up with your popularity.
Sure.
And you know where you're at on the album. But any of these, you can listen to their verse. It is not them at their best. This is a one pass. They're basically freestyling and writing it down. And except for
By
a
the
few,
way, he
the
says,
ROC.
how many 20s do I have? When's the last time you called weed
I
at
gotta-
20?
Well, and that kind of made me laugh. Is like a lot in this song. He keeps talking about how he's got like a lot of weed, and I remember driving in the car and thinking, "Dog, you live in Michigan, bro. Like it's like it's legal there." That's like saying, "I got a lot of groceries." He's like, "As for gas in my truck, I got a lot. As for plates in my cabinet, I got a lot."
Here comes
like,
Twiztid.
Yeah, but it's you just gotta go buy it. Like yeah, hopefully you got a lot.
Let's check out Twiztid on this.
I took a lot of pills one night and I took a lot of lives. I got a lot of problems all up in my head. I gotta fix it quick or a lot of
It don't even sound like Monoxide.
I know.
He like changed his voice.
all up in my bed. And every time I fuck 'em, that's a lot of legs I spread. I got a lot of smoke on the bottom of my bed.
Maybe 15 minutes.
At least he stayed on topic.
Maybe 15 minutes, yeah.
They all
look,
stayed on topic.
James starts off, like I said, it sounds like he really came hard.
No, and then he repeats like 4 lines. He got
Yeah.
ripped off like 4
He
lines.
goes hard. He's like, and then I feel like he called Matt Monoxide. He's like, "Bro, I'm spending 10 minutes on this." And he's like, "Oh, shit." And then right here, he just stops trying.
From me to you. From me to you.
From me to you.
He got ripped off there.
That's what I'm saying.
What the
yeah.
fuck are you talking
That's
about,
From me
James?
to you. When I spit the new.
Dumb, do
From
I
me
have?
to you.
I
Yeah.
got a lot of.
Yeah.
Now,
From me to you.
now remember,
From me to you.
remember back in the day on a Joker's
That
card.
verse was doo-doo.
Let's just go back in the day on the Joker's card when ICP got a guest. Think about those verses. Think about even the fucking ODB verse. As fucking retarded as that was, how memorable it was.
Yeah,
How great they chopped that up.
that's true.
They took ODB's retarded ramblings and chopped it up into a verse that was actually memorable.
Yeah, you're right.
Think about all the fucking verses that they got back. You know what I mean? And then
So
that
that-
one is just like,
Your
from
point-
me to you,
your point-
from me to you, from me to you, from me to you.
So your point is that
Yo, I just want to point out something in the chat. Solid Psycho, hey, nice chat, homie. You said Ouija's album, Detritus, is fire. I agree. I set that shit on fire first thing this morning.
yeah,
First
thank you.
thing. Threw that shit right in
We
the
don't
fucking
we,
street.
We give zero fucks about
Dude,
Demetrius
we
at
had,
all.
We had kids from the neighborhood coming around. They sat around. They're like, "What is this? It stinks." And it's like it's Ouija Mac, and they were like, "Oh." And it was
They said,
fun.
"Oh, we knew that. We smelled the shit from a mile away. We assumed
Right.
it was Ouija Mac. Thanks." And then
Yeah.
they came in, and then they came and ate some.
I hang out.
Weird.
Yeah. Neighborhood kids in my neighborhood are fucking weird. Started like rubbing it on their face and. All right. Anyway, next song.
I didn't mind this one.
Who is Suburban Corpse? I know
don't
he's
know.
on the next track, but I don't know who.
Never
that
heard of
is.
him. I don't know.
Okay, I was gonna say. This is a E40 song.
It's all first
Forecast.
pass. All of
You know,
these
kinda
verses
that
are first
style.
pass shit.
Fork pass.
Sounds like he's losing his breath on most verses.
That is one thing I noticed on it is like it needs a higher like production value.
Well,
Like
Redman-
you've really got to like even if you have to record your like and that's just a suggestion. Even if you got to record your verses in 5 or 6 different parts. To get those 2 or 3 bars really concise, do what you got to do.
Well, Redman
because when
told
you're
him that.
rapping and you hear it go, you hear that like as you're rapping, you're losing your breath, or you can hear yourself moving backwards from the mic as you're rapping, or you can tell that you're moving like this, things like that. Like you kind of have to until you get those pro mastering skills, you kind of have to like do those little tricks. And
Redman told him that.
you said what?
Redman told him that.
Redman has
Redman?
a video. He has a video on his channel with Redman giving him like tips.
He sent his shit
Really?
to Redman, and Redman reviewed his shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And Redman said you're trying to squeeze too much shit in a bar.
Oh okay, yeah.
Redman straight up told him, like you're
Damn.
trying to squeeze too much shit in a bar.
So he paid. See, dude's got bread. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
You said he's a wrestler. I know he's like a wrestler. Isn't he big in Japan?
That's what he says. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like real big in Japan. Props, man. That's
Redman,
legit, dude.
Redman will review your shit if you send it to him. Redman
dope
will
as fuck.
review your shit.
I wouldn't want Redman. I love Redman too much, and that would fucking humiliate
Yeah,
me, bro.
exactly. Redman.
Like, Redman is like one of the goats in my opinion.
Redman's a true goat.
As far as like
Absolute
lyrics,
goat.
yeah. Him and
Yeah.
Meth are both like lyrical goats.
Redman, especially.
I think of their partnership as being like when they did their albums, like they're brilliant, bro.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like anytime
Redman is literally my top 5 favorite rappers of all time. Period.
Yeah.
Redman.
he's
But
up
like
there.
he sent
The
his
Bricks
shit to
boy.
Redman, and Redman listened to it and made a video and said, "I like your shit, but you're squeezing too much into a bar, and you need to slow it down a little bit."
Oh, yeah.
And I think that section.
Bro, I was gonna say, Solid Psycho commented that the new Ouija album is better than this album. I mean, you want to have a discussion?
Look, I'll tell you what.
Look,
if
I don't know, bro. Like,
hey, if y'all wanna
album,
hear
as a whole album, I think if you took all the features off this album and it was just Dude's album, this would be better than a Ouija Mac album.
I agree. I was gonna say
Yeah.
if
Keeping it real.
y'all want to hear us review Ouija Mac or your homeboy's album or your album, we ain't doing that shit on this show.
Right.
But if you want to hear us do that, pay us money on like a Patreon, and we'll fucking review whatever the fuck you want.
Dude,
Church.
look,
Yeah.
I can't. I'm not. No more. I'm not reviewing anybody I know's album.
Ladies and gentlemen listening, we are total sellouts here.
No,
we
no.
will sell the fuck
Fuck.
out, and I will say this is the best album I've
No,
ever heard.
I'll
Not
give
me.
honest
20
opinions,
bucks.
but I'm not even wasting my time on it unless it's shit like that.
Top 5 Justin Manny right now. Ooh, that's Cal Scrubby, Dylan Cooper, J. Cole, Denzel Curry, Joyner Lucas. Top 5 right now.
Dude, I'm telling you, I'm not reviewing people I know's album.
Yeah.
I'm just not doing
You
it.
won't do it on Patreon?
No.
Why not?
Because I'm not doing it. I'm
Well,
not
like-
I'm not selling out to get paid to fucking say someone's album is good.
You don't have to say it's good. You just have to. That's the only time we would even talk about
I was just joking about that. I'll say it's good. I have a very low.
No,
I'll
say
sell
it
out for a
sucks, but
very
still
low
just
amount of
review
money.
it.
Nah, man.
I'll listen to every
don't
track like
s-
this one sucks.
Don't
Listen
tell
to
me
you.
to
Like, it-
review your album. Because I'll tell you what, I'm not the best rapper, but I know more about rap than I can deliver. And I'll tell you if you suck or not. And like, what I'm saying about this is I think Dude's album, I think OneManKru should stand alone on his own shit.
Bro, I mean, like if he didn't have the features, the album would be better than Ouija. I'm gonna stand by that 100%. What makes this album not good is 1, the production value needs to be better. But like you said, Redman said that, and then 2, the features. Get rid of the features, just do the rap shit, and this would be a lot doper. Or just spend on one feature. Just get Twiztid. And when they say package deal, be like, nah, I don't want that. I just want y'all.
I want
And
y'all
then-
to deliver me a dope as fuck.
Exactly,
verse.
and then pay them more money, but get a way tighter verse. Actually work together. Like, if you pay more money, they'll be willing to meet up and actually work on the song with you. That's what you want.
But
You don't want
honestly-
the old school, here's
honestly,
money, give me a verse.
My opinion is when you're at this level, you really why stop wasting your money on features.
Yeah.
Like, work on
At
your
this
craft.
level, yeah.
Work on your craft.
But see, I think that's like when you're starting out, that's like one of your signs of success with like people who are also starting out. If you're like, oh dude, oh you're a rapper too? Yeah, I just got this new album. I got fucking Twiztid, the ROC, I've got Light, I got the Joker on it.
Right.
You're as another underground artist, you're gonna be like, oh shit,
It
you're
gives
gonna
you
think
clout
this
like
guy's
that. I get it,
legit.
yeah.
Yeah. But the fact is, you don't get that clout because when someone listens to the album, they can tell these artists were paid for the verse.
Yep.
There's no passion in it. They were paid for the verse. You know what I mean?
Yep, you're right.
That's what you ultimately get. Because I remember when Tech 9, you could buy a Tech 9 verse for $3,000. He's expensive as fuck now, but
Dude, we could
back
almost,
in the day,
we
you
could
could've-
almost afford him back in the day.
yeah, back in the day, you could pay $3,000 and get a Tech 9 verse on your shit. And when the days that we found them, actually way back in the day, the first time I ever looked at getting Tech 9 on a song, it was $1,000, bro. I shoot
remember-
myself
I
in the
remember
fucking
that.
foot. Yeah, that was now during this
Great.
this was Angelic. This was before Absolute Power came out, but you could get him on a track for $1,000. However, I also heard a few people who had him on tracks, and it was kind of like when he was on Twiztid's album. That was a recycled verse.
He recycled shit, yeah.
Yeah, he
And
would
he did that
recycle
for
shit, yep.
every fucking verse. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so if you had him on if you paid him and you weren't a homie of his, you could tell you paid for the verse because it would be some recycled shit. It would just be like real easy like tricks. He wouldn't really go out on a limb, but then you would hear him on a feature with someone who was also dope, and you heard Tech trying, and then that's when you had an amazing hit. So there's a difference in doing a track with someone that you've had a conversation with, and you're like, artistically, I want to work with you. They're still going to get paid. Like, there's nothing done, and it's still a business. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's the biggest misconception is you'll make a homie in music, like, and you'll be like, yo, I want you on my album, and then they're like, all right, yeah, cool, 150, and you're like, motherfuckers be like, whoa, what, 150? I thought we was cool. Like, yeah, but I'm doing this. I'm trying to make this a career, bro. 150. It's a little different. Like when we were labels, you know, back in the day, that was what your benefit. You got that for free or next to free. But
my question is this: like, if I was trying to make it in the game right now, I don't think I would care about, you know.
No, you don't need features, bro. The only features I think you should have are features that you are working with for artistic reasons. You think that they're going to improve your music, or
features
you think they're
don't
going to
do
bring
shit
something?
but bring the track down.
Here's all it does.
No, I mean, it can improve.
Here's what it does. Would we be talking about this if it didn't have all these features on this album?
Probably not.
Facts.
That's exactly the whole point of getting features.
Yeah, true.
So, but the bottom line is, you can do that, sure, but then you're going to get assholes like us that are going to probably pick your shit apart a little bit, you know? So,
like, yeah, but I'm picking the features,
props.
to be fair.
We give props where it's due, but like a lot of this shit is some first draft, rough draft shit.
Yeah, 100%. They just wanted the quick money. They got the quick money, and that was it.
You know? Hey, whatever. I hope it works for them, and I hope they continue. But on the next one, I hope they like improve on the production value. I hope they improve on the
if he spent that
writing.
features money on the production value of it and actually got like a really good engineer to engineer the music for him, like you would have a way better album at the end than this one. Like, because granted, you like, dude has chops. Like, he can make a good underground horrorcore album, 100%. Like, he's got chops. He's got comedy at times. He's got what it takes. It's just, I think that he needs more production. That's
you know
really
what I think about One Man? He's
not going to be in like any GOAT list. I'm just keeping it real. But you could have a career.
What I believe about OneManKru is exactly what you're saying. He could have a career, and he could have a good career. But instead of spending money on the guest stars that rap, spend money on production. Don't produce it all yourself. Give some chops to other producers that can make your sound sway and change a little bit, because every single beat sounds like the same person produced it.
Yeah.
And it's the same kind of producer that has been producing the same thing for a number of years.
Yeah, and another idea, get some if you are going to pay for features, get for features for hooks. Because hooks is the parts that people are going to sing.
He did for the Blaze song.
Dude, that does not count.
No.
That was just, I think Blaze sent a fucking verse, and he was like, this is what I got to work with? He's like, all right, I guess I'll make it a chorus.
I would rather, this is my envision of a one-man,
Starbucks.
my envision of a OneManKru album.
I'm going to start saying that to my girl. Like, every time she gets mad, she's going to be like,
Starbucks?
you're getting on my nerves. I'm going to be like, bitch, you want Starbucks? I encourage all of you.
Hey, yo, give
next time your woman is mad, be like, bitch, you want Starbucks?
Give me a Froppy Loppy, man.
And she'll be like, oh, yeah. And you'll be like, all right. And then you know.
All right, yo, I get you one, bro.
And then you bring it to her, and then when she's like, did you get cream for it? You can be like, almond breeze.
This is what I'm saying about his beats. He needs to stop producing. Not stop producing, sorry.
That sounds like dickhead. It's just fuck.
Keep producing.
Here's all I'm saying about his beats. I just wish they didn't exist.
No.
I just wish he would just kill yourself and
Just
let
stop.
someone else take
He's a
your
fine
position.
producer. He's a fine producer.
Build a
but
clone machine.
We need-
replace yourself.
I think if he went under the wing of another producer that would help him out to kind of guide him into other styles of drum beats,
Yeah.
mainly, I think that would help.
I
I think that would help. We have the same drum beat on almost every track.
Hey, what do you think about the hook on this song? Hold on. Here, hold on. Here you go.
This pink sock, dude.
Just wanna suck me, so I lick them till they wanna fuck me. Slapping these nuts on their butts till I bust them.
I mean, it's pause it. It's no worse than old, like extremely old ICP. It's no worse than that. But I like old ICP because it's old ICP. Because it's old ICP. I
Like-
remember when I was a kid.
Like, I'm just keeping it real. That is one of the songs where I would never listen to that shit while I was in my car. Like, I'd be like Like that's Windows Up music.
Oh yeah.
Like
That
when this,
song's
I
embarrassing.
listened to this whole album like on the drive home from work. I work like
It's
an
like how
hour
he's
away
like,
from my crib.
he's like, oh, these
Yeah.
bitches want to.
Yeah,
fuck
I work
me.
like an hour from my crib, so I get plenty of time to listen to music. And I listened to this on the way home. I was at a red light when this song came up, and I rolled my windows up. Like I was like, "Ooh, no!" Just because, like, for real, not a good hook on that one. Although, like I said, like I was pleasantly surprised with most of the album because
RLC
usually,
was
like,
okay on this
when
song.
I'm like, when I first started this, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna fucking suck," because I thought it was just a Juggalo album. It wasn't nearly as bad as I thought, and I'm not even gonna call it a bad album. It's just it needs a lot of improvement.
Yeah. I think this is a good start, and if he can build on this, dude, bro, OneManKru, I'm telling you, as a friend, I like you. I think you're a cool dude. Lose the fucking guests. And I know you probably will on the next album because you probably don't want to pay for them anymore.
I would hope not.
Lose those fucking guests.
Or get exclusively guests at your level in the game.
Yeah. Pay exclusively to get the best verses out of them. And number 2, put the production, give a little bit of that production weight to somebody else that actually can give some new style shit.
And an
You have a very modern style production style, and I think a lot of younger people will like it. But for me, it lacks a lot. I need more drum beats. I need more styles. I need more flavors that I can get. And to me, it's just a lot of that. And I think if you could change that up a little bit and do a little bit more live instrumentation, I think it would help you out a lot. I think your lyrics, I think when you really try, you could come up with clever lyrics that I actually enjoy.
You gotta work on the voice though. That has to be like a sticking point. Let's keep it real. Like, you gotta do. You can't just keep on rapping like this, bro. That's not gonna work.
Yeah. Try to put some more inflections on your voice. Try to do like acting. I mean, the best way I can say when you're rapping is try to act. Try to do a fucking, Al Pacino impression. Try to do different impressions when you're acting, when you're rapping, and that'll come forth.
Sorry, I was just laughing about hitting a track like, well, hi there, everybody. My name's Chris. I'm about to jump up on a track and hit it like this. I'm on.
Well, yeah, exactly. You go, I'm Chris.
Hey, wagwan, man. Wagwan. My name's Chris, man.
Exactly.
I'm here to drop a big verse.
Do
for you,
as
man.
many impressions as you can aside from your own, and then mix it with your own.
He sounds cool on this.
Yeah. He sounds cool on a lot of verses.
Yeah.
I really do like him, just him, on a lot of shit.
Stop doing the thing. And Buckshot does this too, where like at the end of your verse, you keep doing the same like
inflection,
thing where you just say the same thing, and then you say the same thing.
Yeah, you're putting inflection.
That.
Well, somehow it's like your inflection on the last note.
The reason why that happens is because of the beat.
Think so?
You have to change the beat. You have to do different style beats.
No, I mean, because you could still say, "Well, I'm bringing on the game and I'm cutting it up. I'm gonna be the motherfucker with the blood on my gut." Like, you hear that all the time. Like, you just drop it. But the thing with he's talking like he's pointing that inflection, like when I want to come and I'm tearing it up, and I want to put it center with the blood in my gut. Like you're inflecting, you're increasing the pitch on your last note. When really keep it low at the last note, inflect at the beginning. If anything, like when you want to start with inflection. When I walk into the room, I'm saying it up. Like that's kind of like the style you want. Like if you start with inflection and then like drag it down, it sounds a lot smoother and more like brutal than when you're reversing that, where you kind of start lower. Like I walk up in the room and I'm tearing it up. Like you're reversing the inflection. I think it sounds a lot more. Like, and don't get me wrong, there's different styles. Like people have different styles and put inflection.
But
on
it doesn't
different
sound
parts.
good.
Let's look at.
But
let's look at. Other than just music, let's look at the impact of this. What this album is. It's a fucking Joker's card rip. It's a Joker's card parody, rip off. Whatever you want to call it. He's purposely doing this, so it's not. It's not. We're not dissing him to say that this is a parody of a Joker's card. He's doing this. He did this on purpose.
I think that's just how he raps.
Yeah,
bro.
this will stand still as the first Joker's card parody.
Yeah.
And
that
I
we
think,
know of, yeah.
And I think that there's enough on this album that people will like that it will be, hey man, this was the first of its kind.
Yeah. I feel it.
Like
Who knows,
this,
man?
this-
Maybe by the third smokers card, we'll be fans. But
yeah, by the
I hope
third,
so.
this might be the Carnival of Carnage of Joker's cards. You know what I mean? By the time you get the Riddle box, it's really fucking good.
Yeah, I hope so, man. I
You
hope
know.
if nothing else, he does at the very least, like,
But-
just spend a little bit more time, like, on the back end. You know what I mean? Like, you got everything else. Everything else is passable. Just working on the back end a little, just to clean it up, like hone it. Like,
think of the ICP trajectory. Like first album, Esham, Kid Rock, they were paying for those features.
Yep.
Ringmaster, they kind of toned down on the features a little bit, and once they got into their own groove,
no more features.
bada boom. That's when
By
they
the time,
that's when they really
by the
mastered
time
it.
Riddle box came, they knew what they were.
Yeah.
And they just fucking schooled it.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's when they started getting better, is when they didn't have the features. When you're leaning on that crutch, all somebody has to do is kick it out from under your feet, and you're fucked. You're falling. So you can't lean on that crutch. You gotta have your own 2 feet to stand on.
This song had Boondocks on it.
Yeah.
That's him right there.
But he's not really doing the hillbilly thing anymore.
Nah.
I liked him better when he was kind of doing the hillbilly thing.
Same.
Yeah.
He's just like a horrorcore rapper now.
Lil Ninja
Yeah, he
had
just kind of went back to like Detroit horrorcore rapper, and it was like be hillbilly.
What do you say?
Lil Ninja said one day I want to get a feature from Mr. Green and Keezy and Cover and maybe Chris someday.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Lil Ninja makes beats.
Back when
Have you
I
ever
was
heard
Sly.
any of his beats?
No.
You have to check him out, man. He's 13. He makes dope beats.
Really? Hell yeah, man.
He just put out an album a couple weeks ago. That's what he's talking about.
I would like these guys know I am the flakiest motherfucker on earth when it comes to that shit. Like I have ADHD and like I get fucking passionate about rap. I'd be like, ugh, and I'll write like 5 songs and I'll be like, let's fucking make an album, let's do this shit, and then it's just like,
Life, man.
Yeah, it's like the dopest. It's like the dopest 5 verses you've ever heard, and then you hear nothing for 3 years.
And then hold on to it. Hold on to it though. Hold on to it. And then a year I'll hit you up and be like, hey, I got an idea for 2 songs. And then in 10 years maybe we'll have an album. We'll see how it goes.
It's like you bust a nut and then have a really long refractory
still got
period.
It's the same way with like comedy. Like I'm a really good writer. Ryan used to always tell me that. He's like, dude, if you had more motivation, you should be in like fucking LA or New York writing for some comedy show. I have no idea what you're doing like in Ohio. And it's like, because I fucking love Ohio for one, and then 2, I'm not that motivated, bro. I'm just not. I'm not the kind of guy who's like going to get up early and stay at work. I hate being at work. When I'm at work, I'm like, I want to get the fuck out of here, dude. And I like my job, but I still hate fucking being there. I can't imagine being someone who like, I hear that mentality like, you got to work hard. You only get 100% if you give 200%. You got to wake up in the morning with success and determination in your mind. Life is a journey that you've got to fucking struggle
Dude,
through.
bro, I'll stand on this. The best lyrics I've ever heard were freestyled, and they were only coming from people that were in the moment at the time, that were living in that moment, and they were feeling that time.
That Christoph Crane, Life and Death.
And like
go to
you-
YouTube, type in Christoph Crane. I think it's Life and
You-
Death.
but
freestyle.
you've reached
Holy
that.
shit, bro.
You've reached that at points, and you were never recorded doing it.
Yeah, you can. I think sometimes rappers can just like zone out and like almost go to an ethereal.
You
plane.
reach like a flow state.
Juice WRLD was like that. I know y'all don't really like Juice WRLD, and like I don't like his recorded music.
I don't
at
know
all.
anything about Juice
Yeah, I was
WRLD.
gonna say his recorded music I'm not a fan of, but his ability to freestyle was unfucking matched. That kid has plenty. You can go on YouTube anytime and like look at. He has 1.5 hour long clips of him recording. If you start the first one and go through all of them, you're looking at 7 hours of freestyling, not one repeated line, bro. That shit is fucking. Wow. As a rapper, I could not believe it. And beyond that, he doesn't have any moments where he fucks up. He constantly is rolling. Sometimes he falls into the crutch of like going, and here I am doing what I gotta do. Here I am, like kind of doing a hook to reset.
Every rapper has to do that.
But yeah, and that's like, but you'll notice that's when the beat changes and he has to start feeling the beat. And then he'll kind of, and no, it's not like his bars are like phenomenal, like metaphorical shit. Like he's just freestyling, but it's the ability. You have to kind of be a freestyler to appreciate it.
Yeah.
How long he went, I was just marveled by it. I'm like, how in the fuck is he still
when I
coming up
started
with new
rapping,
shit?
when I started rapping with you and shit back in the day, there was a time, there was a point where I stopped caring and all I cared about was freestyle.
Yeah. Oh no, I remember.
Literally
that.
all I cared about.
I remember
was
that
freestyle.
when you got real passionate and you were recording every session like on
all
camera
I cared
and-
about was freestyle, and the only thing that mattered to me was like that type of shit.
Yeah,
you
how
know?
good you were on the spot. Well, to me, that's kind of like the real craft of hip hop. That's really where it started from. Because hip hop started from DJs that would just grab a microphone. A DJ would be playing a beat, usually like the first 30 seconds of a record. Then they would loop it back, and they'd have 2 records playing. They would keep looping the same beat, and then you would have a guy that would grab a mic and would go, "Y'all really feeling the night, getting live?" And they'd go, "Hell yeah!" And he'd be like, "Y'all want to come and party tonight?" And they'd be like, "Yeah." And then he'd say, "Now every lady, now let me see your hands go up. 1, 2, 3." And they go, "Yeah." And then like that was the start of rap. So it all started freestyling. Someone would literally be rapping just 2 bars at a time, freestyling. And then you would have guys that could do it for longer periods of time. And that's where you had your like, your KRS-One was really early in the game, like where he would come out and he would say, "Here I am, I'm up on the stage, I'm about to let out some rage, I'm gonna spit it right in your face, so motherfucker know your place, KRS," and like he would start doing like these full and like it wasn't just like it goes way back because really it started in like Jamaican like reggae clubs and shit. But anyway,
what's the point?
I don't know what the point is. I just ramble, bro.
The point where he's trying to make, I understand the point completely.
I just ramble, man.
That when it comes to rap, writing down, like,
Thank you.
When it really comes to rap, dude, that's the only thing that fucking matters is what you can do on the spot.
Yeah, church. That's
true.
I'm saying that's the truth. That's
if you
what the
can't
point
do
was.
it on the spot,
that's the root of hip hop.
If you can't do it on the spot, you will never be able to hold the spot.
I see. Yeah, I ain't shit thing. I could never freestyle for shit.
ICP are different.
Yeah.
ICP are different. They were a different type of thing that it wasn't about what they could do on the spot.
Yeah.
It was a different type of thing.
I think ICP really, their big appeal
and that's
was
why we loved
creativity.
them.
Yeah, they were showmen. You weren't just getting an album. Like when you played one of their albums, you were getting like you were watching a movie.
Yeah.
Like Cage's album, Movies for the Blind. Like that was a good explanation of an ICP album. It was a movie for the blind. Like you could close your eyes, listen to that album, and still see a vivid picture of what they were talking about. They were amazing storytellers. They still to this day they're great storytellers. It's just they've told so many stories. The stories aren't as great. You know what I mean? It's rare that they come up with good stories. But it's like, look at The Simpsons, man. Like I love The Simpsons, but their new episodes ain't as good as the first ones. They're running out of material.
Well,
South Park's still dope, but they constantly kind of.
What do you want to do for the rest of this? Do you want to even check this out? We're at 1:50 already. I mean, we could check out like the features or whatever, but I want to get to dimensions.
Let's go to that last
go to
song.
the dimensions.
Well, can I play you the Joker feature? Because I think that's the best verse on the album.
Let's go to that Joker feature.
The Joker feature, I think, is the best verse on the album, and I fucking hate to say it because I hate that guy.
You hate
Joker?
but
I hate that guy.
Joker.
He raps his ass off in this verse, dude.
Joker, as far as like writing, there's not many better.
He's extremely talented. Check it out. Right after this part, it gets cool. I promise.
I'll listen to this. Yeah.
Well, hold on, pause. That already sounds offbeat.
It does, but he pulls it together. I'm guessing whoever mixed it fucked it up, honestly, but.
Your fucking couch. Everybody wanna talk on my whatabouts. Bitch, I've had another, and I will not take another ounce. I'm about to turn it up, get hostile. You bitches in the brothel. I'm about to make a hospital of your house. Yeah, I heard what you said, bitch. Looking on the internet, that comment, yeah, I read it. You think you're anonymous, nigga? You think it's Craigslist? All I need to do is make a call to get your.
I hate how Joker says.
I
know.
I'm not even gonna say it. I just don't like. I don't like white dudes saying the N-word.
He's half black.
I don't give a shit. I mean, I think it's corny as fuck when black dudes say it too. I'm very vocal about that.
Look, I like this part. Hold on.
friends.
Go back. Hold on.
You can spend a decade on a verse and be rehearsing it every day. Get it perfect in every way and ridiculous, rhythmic and intricate, witty and figurative, and then go and get the dopest producer.
Yeah, black dudes I hang out with don't say the N-word.
His syllable game is dope.
No, this
Can't deny.
Right.
But you got a tail like a peacock. Talk about you gonna do what? Please stop. I got peace from the street to the deep block that'll make you drink hot pee from a teapot. 3-5-4, motherfucker, here I come and I'm thunderous. If you hit a ruckus, better run. Fuck a gun, got the C-ram with the full drum, like the pummel you with it, let it buck until it's done. Like whack, motherfuckers need to learn about.
You can tell when it changes.
Yeah, that kind of switched up. Yeah.
dude, Joker, like you just want to listen. Like I'm hanging on every fucking word, dude.
Joker's dope. You'll never be able to deny Joker is
Drinking
dope.
hot pee from a teapot.
Joker could rap about the dumbest shit, and as long as he's doing his thing,
I know.
he's good.
He's dope.
But-
All right, so let's check out the Gmo verse. How about that?
Yeah, Joker is mostly style. not a lot of substance. Like he doesn't
Yeah.
have outrageous bars, but he's got a lot of style.
But he'll pick.
He's able to ride. He's able to ride the.
He'll
beat really
pick
well.
a weird topic to go on.
He will. I just like he was talking about.
You'll be like, why the? I love this verse, but why the fuck is he talking
Yeah.
about this?
On that verse, he's just spitting about like he's just doing shit talking verse. You know what I mean? But this song's actually kind of interesting. I kind of like the hook actually on this song, but
Now, I pretty much love every Gmo verse. Please tell me this doesn't change that.
no, Gmo comes correct. He's not trying that hard, but he doesn't have to.
Who's Gmo?
No,
No, hey, Gmo's coming. Hold on. That's the hook. I think he's coming after this. Nope, that ain't him. Must be Dark Hills Gang. I don't know who that is.
Dark Hills Gang is fine. Fast forward.
Dark Hills Gang's okay. Here it comes. All right.
Gmo.
Here we go.
Come on, Gmo. Give me some.
But even crippled niggas get touched. I beat them up with a crutch, and everybody get exposed with a hip hop diss. If you beat me in a battle, I would slit my wrist, bitch. Cause you niggas so whack. Coming with them bomb ass raps that belong in the back with the trash. I bring gas and pour it on my foes, then burn holes through they motherfucking clothes. Didn't need a gun, just set they ass ablaze. They couldn't hang in the inferno match with Kane. I don't know how I woke up in the drunk tank. I must have blacked out from mixing Hennessy with some Jose. But fucking pedestrians I was hitting, you could pucker your lips and get to kissing both my nuts. I'm so damaged, outlandish. I'll cut your man tits and use that shit to make
I cut your man tits.
So fuck GG out.
And use that shit to make a sandwich.
And piss in his face, now he drowning.
Yeah,
That's
Gmo.
the best verse on the album. but that's no
Gmo is the
surprise.
best. Gmo is
Gmo
the
comes
fucking
correct.
best, bro.
This song is almost
That
7
sounded like it could have been a Gmo song.
Yeah.
Like he made that his own.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't like the hook.
Yeah, the hook's
Well, no.
Yeah, that's almost as rough as.
But
get some Starbucks. Oh, sorry. Oh,
but
I did not mean to
take it
do that.
easy, bro.
I did not mean to do that.
But at the point where Gmo's rapping on that beat, it sounds like that's his song.
Yeah, you're right.
Like he makes that his own.
Yeah, he did.
Gmo is a fucking pro.
He killed it.
Absolute pro.
Yep, he come with it. He got his money's worth on Gmo for sure. I wonder how much
Yeah.
you pay Gmo. How much would you pay for a Gmo verse?
I'd pay a cool grand for Gmo.
I feel that.
Absolute.
What about this?
Gmo,
hook?
Gmo every verse
That's kind of the thing with Gmo though, is like he comes fucking equipped as fuck, but I still don't think he's like. I'd say like 750 for
Bro,
Gmo.
he's top tier, bro.
Don't get me wrong. Like you're gonna, no matter. I would think his verse
You're gonna
would be
get
worth
lines.
$5,000.
You're
but
going to get lines
I'm talking
from
about
Gmo.
what's his actual rate. I would think probably $1,000. Yeah, probably $1,000 for.
I
Gmo
say a
verse.
cool grand.
Yeah.
No, all right, so what do you think about
I would pay
Straight
a grand for
Jacket?
Gmo.
This is him.
I'd say grand is what you get from rappers in the underground. You
Yeah.
either get over a grand or under a grand.
Because that's the thing. Like Gmo is worth like. I would say he's going to give you a $15,000 verse, but it's the facts are like, what's he actually going to bring to your album? Like as far as exposure, like how much? That's what it really goes on. Like how much does he make for an album?
Exposure.
I think his album is like for a reasonable charge for Gmo is like $1,000.
Yeah.
I think
Look,
that's reasonable.
Finally Jay the Country Singer says Gmo does 500 apparently on sale.
Oh damn! Well, yeah. See, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah, but Gmo's still going to give you like it's going to be one of the best verses on your album, in my opinion.
I think Straight Jacket comes correct on this song, just for the record.
Straight
Like,
Jacket
you
raps.
won't waste your money.
Yeah.
You're going
And
to.
that was him at the very
well
beginning.
spent.
Listen, just listen real quick. Hold on.
All the demons, the situation is horrible. My thoughts a little twisted. Some call it a sickness. Yeah, I would not wish this on my enemies.
Style's great.
I like
Oh, yeah,
it. I
that's
think he's got a
that's
cool like
fire.
vibe.
Yeah, his syllable game and the way he works it is great.
Yeah, he's good.
I don't think
dude's
he's
very talented.
I don't think he's saying anything like exceptional.
For if you didn't know, he used to produce for ICP and now he hates Violent J too.
Oh really? Okay.
But
Yeah, that dude's got chops for sure.
One Man Crew
Everything is dead, but 10 minutes in the bed.
One Man Crew's verse on this song, like straight, is like threatening Violent J.
She got some good pussy, but the whole loose. Vroom, vroom, vroom. It's the way my engine revs when I'm about to cut the head off a clown. So what she gonna do? Zoom, zoom, zoom. Tuck her tail as she runs the duck and high, cause the bitch can't fight unless she got her crew. Bozo is a chomo. I'm about to cut a fucking promo about dicking him down in his ass with a broken beer bottle because he's a homo. I'm about to sneak inside the gathering.
Hold on.
Oh, wait, listen to this line. Threatens him.
Now, hold on. Pause that.
What?
Oof.
I know this is a parody, and I know this is a fantasy, but are we supposed to believe and think about him
fam.
shooting Violent J?
Well,
Yeah, he said he was going to.
Listen, fam. From a hip hop perspective, not a great idea to make an open threat on someone. Even in hip hop, they don't do that.
He threw the gauntlet down on that.
You can make a threat, but like. You still do it. Say something like, if I see a 6'5", I'm gonna go bluey
He
blue.
said, I'm gonna go into the gathering with a 45.
Dude.
Yeah, up to Violent J until he's not alive.
Yeah, that's like an open threat.
Let me tell you,
that's still legally an open threat.
OneManKru,
fam.
I know, I know you could probably beat the fucking living piss out of me if you ever saw me. But come on, man,
Do not threaten someone.
Don't bring a fucking gat to the gathering.
Please don't.
Well,
And then the next song is called "Going to the Gathering."
Bro, even if you don't, he legally has you recorded saying that you're threatening him, bro.
The next song is called "Going to the
do
Gathering,"
that.
and he talks about going to the gathering, hanging out with juggalos.
Now I'll say this.
I know,
I'll
bro,
say this. That
that's
was
the
a
leader
line.
of the Juggalos,
that was
man.
the line that got us talking.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody's like, oh my god, he talked about shooting drugs. We're all talking about it.
Yeah,
Yeah, but still, I'm just saying. Look, I'm not dissing on the fact that you're going to extremes. Whatever, do your thing, man. But like, I'm just telling you, that's not a fucking smart idea to implicate yourself on music.
I will say this:
if you're gonna do it a little converted. Like, look at trap. Trap rappers, I think, have the biggest history of like implicating themselves on albums.
Oh, we're
And
about to
even
listen
then-
to a song that's a great sneak diss.
Yeah, even then, yeah, perfect. Yeah, sneak. Oh, are you talking about the on
Twiztid
Twiztid
song that's
album?
coming up, yeah.
yeah, that's a sneak diss to Jay.
It's a good example of how to actually do it.
The demon.
I will say this.
I 100% think that was about Jay. Sorry.
I will say this. Him saying that, putting out a song like that, and actually still being able to go to the gathering is pretty plausible. Like, it's not a big, huge thing.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's gonna like jump him at the gathering.
But to really fucking truly threaten Jay, dude, that's a big thing because don't forget, he is tied to actually street people.
Yeah, he's still a gangster kind of guy,
Jay
bro.
is truly still tied to street people.
I wouldn't have done that.
I'm not as worried about the Jay thing or even the Juggalo thing. I'm just worried about the fact that like if someone were to go up to Jay just randomly on coincidence and shoot him in the fucking head at the gathering, guess what, boss? You're one of the first people they're gonna call in. And like you're gonna have to, you better hope you got like a good alibi. And I know you're like, oh, that's stupid. I don't care that. Like I know you're like, I don't even care. But no, I'm just playing with you, bro. But
I was gonna make that joke.
I gotta
again.
hear this melody. I gotta hear. Come,
but yeah,
go
like,
back to that. Go back to that hook. Together.
And then Bobby Mars is like, I like how Bobby Mars comes in and he's like, I'm like, oh, here we go. And then he's like, I go to the gathering and some juggalos are there. And we had some beef with Jay and we don't even care.
We have a great old time and get off. We're friends
we have
now.
a great time and we jerk each other off. And then
Here
I
comes,
wake
here
up.
comes.
It was a dream.
Let's listen to it. It's coming up.
It's a good verse, though.
This is my thing right here.
What? I want to listen to Mars's verse. So
I'm not hating. I'm not hating on OneManKru. I believe what OneManKru is doing. He believes he got wronged by Violent J.
How did he get wronged by Violent J again?
He gave Violent J some production. Jay took it, and then basically Jay said, "What the fuck are you doing? I have nothing to do with you. I don't owe you shit." Basically, Jay took his production and gave him nothing.
Oh, Jay took his beats.
Yeah.
So what song is what ICP song is he? Is
It was on a. It was on like a. It wasn't on a main Joker's card or nothing. It was on like a. What was it? Bewitching.
The Bewitching?
It was a song called Bewitching.
Okay, so it was a song called Bewitching. He made the beat for it, and he never got paid for his
Never
work.
got paid for
Jay
it.
asked for several beats. He sent him a bunch, and he said he spent all year making more beats for him.
Okay.
And Jay told him to come move there and everything, and he said he did. He made all these beats, sent them to him. Jay liked them.
Here's the backstory. I guess he was living out of state. He was living out of country, wasn't he?
Guam, he said.
He was living
Guam?
out of country, and he
Like from
moved-
Red Dead? Like, that's where I know Guam
Yes.
from. All right, okay, cool.
So he was living out of country. He moved to Detroit or Michigan or whatever to work with Psychopathic, and then Jay was like, "What the fuck are you doing? I have never agreed
He's
to
like, I
this."
never offered you a job, you fucking retarded monkey. That's literally what he said.
Jay
Really?
called him a retarded monkey.
He called him a retarded. Now, is this in screenshot or anything?
Yeah,
Apparently,
it's a-
yeah.
Oh, so you've
this-
actually seen him saying this?
Yes.
Yes.
You retarded monkey.
Yeah.
Oh
Called him a
my
retarded
God,
monkey.
bro.
He said, "You are a retarded monkey for thinking I would ever work with you."
Wow, bro.
Then he called his label Retarded Monkey Records.
So OneManKru was like, "Look, I'm going to make retarded
bro, I
monkey
respect
records,
that.
and I'm going to make a parody to the Joker's cards, and I'm going to fucking rip on Jay."
So Jay literally dissed him into becoming a rapper, essentially.
Pretty much.
Well,
I
I
think
guess they made
he was a
shit.
rapper before.
So
but-
the rap, his rap name is Keepaz of the Krypt.
Yeah, that's the name of their group. Yes.
Oh, and so it's two people in Keepaz of the Krypt.
Yes.
Okay, got you. See, I kind of want to. I've been listening to shit, and I just thought there were features that weren't listed. I thought Keepaz of the Krypt was the name of the album, and I thought he just like put the information wrong in
The album
Spotify.
is the Astronomic Dr. Khronik.
yeah.
Okay.
This goes deep.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought I thought in the Spotify fields he put it in the wrong spots, and I was seeing Keepaz of the Krypt was the name of the album, and then the Astronomic Dr. Khronik was his name.
Keep
So I was
in
like, oh,
mind-
Dr. Khronik, okay.
Keep in mind that this guy had wrestled at the Gathering as well. He done
Really? No shit.
He's done JCW spots.
Fuck yeah,
He's a
man.
wrestler as well.
Legit as hell.
All right, so do you want to listen to the Mars verse?
So this guy is a wrestler.
Yeah, because
he's
we got to
a
move
rap-
on to Twiztid. We got.
He's a wrestler. He's a
we
rapper.
need
He's
a
a
palate
producer.
cleanser.
Okay.
And what all I'm trying to say is I'm trying to display what he
pissed,
is.
too.
He's a wrestler. He's a rapper. He's
Yeah, I will. Wait
And,
on a good stopping point. Oh yeah, the Bobby Mars verse.
Yeah, go during the Bobby
yeah,
Mars
yeah,
verse.
yeah.
All right,
Let's do
play
that.
it.
Go, take you a piss, bro.
Thanks for the permission, guys.
Yeah,
You're
here-
allowed. I allow you to.
you can go
piss.
around me.
If it's not in my mouth, you're not allowed to do it.
Which way are you going? Okay. All right, so let's play the Bobby Mars verse.
You never guess who the fuck this is. Shit about to be lit. I pull up, walk right up to Jay like, what up? What it is? He looks shy.
Hold on, pause that real quick.
Yeah.
We both
I just,
I like it.
I like it too, but my question is, this entire album is a diss, basically, right?
Yeah.
This entire album is a diss. Jay to mainly to Jay,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden
Yeah.
you get this last song. It's about the Gathering and how fun and great it is and how spectacular it is.
Yeah.
Sunny days, we love it. It's great.
Yeah.
And I walk up to Jay and I give him a dap.
Okay.
Like, what the fuck is this?
I don't know, man.
What do you get? What do you get from this?
It makes me feel good, like hearing Mars say this
Yeah,
stuff.
it does too. I like it.
It honestly does. Like it makes me feel like just good. Like I love hearing Mars say nice things about juggalos and Violent J. I think it's a cool thing. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know how I'm supposed to feel, but that's how it makes me feel. The rest of the song makes me feel literally nothing. But Mars
This entire album confuses me.
why?
Does that make sense?
Let Chris in.
Like I'm confused.
All right, let's hear it.
crack a smile, dap him up. All I got is love, give him a bear hug.
He's rapping like Cardi B. He's like, gotta smile and I dap him up, say what's up and gotta smile and I wrap him up and I soup. That's how Cardi B raps, right?
He come running up like a fucking nut. Shot me in the neck with a BB gun like on the bus way back in the day.
I mean, I like Mars. I think he's one of the best rappers Psychopathic's ever fucked with.
By all the trauma from my youth, I see Twiztid, they are painted up. Crosses on their face. I'm like,
Every word he utters is clear.
we
Yeah.
You can't mistake
It's
one
well written.
word.
Well written.
I'm sorry to tell him, but he fucking got Mars on his album, and Mars is the best part of this album.
Yeah. So the shining stars are Mars, Gmo, Joker.
Straight Jacket.
Straight Jacket had a very dope verse.
Yeah.
Everybody else, like you wasted money on.
Dude,
ABK was okay.
Mars.
Ironically, all the people that weren't big
Yeah.
as big names in the
Yep.
Juggalo world, that's the ones that gave you your money was worth. And then the big names like Twiztid, Blaze, ABK, etc., fucking flopped.
Yeah. Mars, Gmo. Yeah, I mean, they were the best verses in my opinion.
Yeah, so if you want a verse, there you go, listeners of Deck One Dealt. If you are rappers in the underground game and you want your money well spent, go spend your money on Gmo, Straight Jacket, artists like that. Don't spend your money on fucking Twiztid and Blaze and ABK.
Absolutely.
Spend your money on the people who are
Now,
going to give you.
let's go from some of the worst shit we've ever heard Twiztid spit to
Mars.
some of the
Mars
best.
too.
Yes.
This album, this 4-track album that Twiztid put out is really, really fucking good.
It is, man. I was really
I'm
impressed.
not gonna lie. I really fucking like this album.
I am not a juggalo. I don't claim to be a juggalo anymore. It'll always be part of me. It'll always be in my heart. It's kind of like a tattoo. You're never gonna get fully rid of it. And I always loved the juggalo world and what ICP did for me. Anyway, but moving on from that, this is still just a really fucking good album. Period. You know what I mean?
It's only 4 tracks. Number one, it's short, and we
Yeah.
get everything from Twiztid we need in 4 tracks.
Yeah. You get like a little bit of rap. You get like a nice amount of rap. You get this like heavy metal shit they're known for. You get a little sneak diss from Madrox. Not even a diss, but like a sneak verse about the situation from Madrox, which I'll point out why I think that. But yeah,
I agree.
this song just has such a great like beat to it and feels so fucking good. Like I guarantee this is a song you want to cruise to. Like nighttime.
The piano to this. Ding, 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 ding. It goes back and forth. It cuts off right here, but that piano kicks back in.
Dude, Fritz is a master.
Yeah.
He really is. He's
Fritz
I mean, Mikey Clark, Mike P, and Fritz are all like, I mean, on a given day, I could take or leave.
They
Either
pay
one, you know.
Here's the difference. Twiztid gets paid to do a verse for OneManKru. Twiztid pays to get beats like this
Yes.
from fucking, Fritz and when they want something that's going to stand the test of time, you got to pay for it. You got to pay for it.
Yeah.
Do you want it to stand the test of time, or do you want to be like, or do you want it to be like hot at the moment?
Yeah.
This type of shit will stand the test of time.
Like, I mean, this particular like song, for example, though, like, I don't think I'll ever like, I don't know if I'll ever listen to this song. Like, one of my favorite songs is "I'm Dead Now" from Twiztid. Like, sure, that's probably not gonna happen, but this song is just as good as anything else they've put out that they've charged me money for over the past 10 or 15 years. You know what I mean? Like, it's on par with all that shit. Not speaking ill of it at all. It might not be memorable in the sense that like it's nostalgic and it has like a certain new unique sound, but they're delivering what you would expect them to do at the highest level.
now let me interrupt you.
Yes, please.
I love this song.
Now let me interrupt you. No.
Hey, I'm gonna interrupt you interrupting him.
No,
Actually, I'm gonna interrupt
you
for a
while
second.
you
Hey, hold on.
interrupt
Let me interrupt you for a
Let me
second.
interrupt
Let me
you, though.
interrupt you, Kyle.
Hey, no. Will you interrupt him? Let me
Hey, I
interrupt
just
you.
got one thing to say real quick.
Oh, you're gonna interrupt
Let me interrupt you real quick to say this. Chops and sweeps the leg.
Rod chop swoop the leg. The hookup pisses me off because one line.
Oh yeah, the granite line.
The granite line pisses me off, man.
Well, because you work with Grant.
I love the line.
You're a professional granite installer.
I like the line, but I think I almost like it because it's too clever.
Granite.
Hold on, let's go back.
Now,
Let's
granite. I don't work with granite.
Granite, let me show you the line real quick. Let's go back real quick.
Pisses me off, man. You fucking assholes.
Here it is.
You sick fucking bastards.
Here we go. I rewound a little too much. I'm sorry. Listen. I'm sorry. I rewound too much. I'm sorry. Just be quiet for just a couple more.
Right here.
Damn.
Granted and granted are way too different.
Bro,
Granite like countertop.
honestly, I thought that fucking verse was marbles. It was marble.
Oh, bro, it was bonkers.
Hey, I thought it was
It was,
smooth.
it was smooth. Yeah, it was marble.
I thought it also rocked.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, I got you. Fuck you. I got pissed. I'll be right back.
I mean, I can see the cracks. You can see the cracks in it.
Yeah, for sure. You know,
Still
but,
smooth.
yeah. It started off rocky, but smooth out.
And then it went on top in the kitchen.
Sure, like counter top. I don't. I'm running out of puns here.
This song's cool. I mean, this seems like something
So-
that would have been on like fucking like Mirror Mirror or something. You know what I mean? Just like,
Yeah. None of these songs are like. Don't get me wrong. You're not gonna hear any of these songs and be like, "This is changing my fucking life." But at the same time, like they're good playlist songs.
You know, has there ever
I wouldn't hit skip if it came on the playlist.
Has there ever been like an EP, like or like a short, like, maybe just I guess what I'm asking is, has an artist you can think of ever released like a few songs in a row that like actually changed your opinion about them like a little bit? Like you're like those songs they did at that moment were incredible. I'll give you an example. And what I'm trying to say is like I can't imagine somebody listening to this and being like, I don't really fuck with Twiztid that much, none of the newer shit, but Echo from Dimension X though has a few songs that are incredible.
I think Tech Nine is an example of that artist.
What album was it?
Absolute Power. I think that was the biggest album that I would. If you weren't a Tech Nine fan before, you could hear that and you're like, I'm a fucking Tech Nine fan now.
I was gonna say Tech Nine, but I'm giving a different example of Tech Nine, where I kind of fell off after maybe like KOD.
Yeah.
He brought me back with I just lost it. He released a Clusterfuck. It was like a little 4 or 5 track EP where every single fucking song banged. And I was like, this album rules. Like I haven't fucked with Tech Nine in years, but that album rules.
Yeah, I've heard a few little short EPs that were revolutionary. I just thought you meant like an artist changing over time. Like I feel like Tech Nine is probably the pinnacle artist where you can look at every 5 years and see like big leaps in his production and stuff like that.
Sure.
Like, and so I feel like if you don't like Tech Nine, come back in 5 years and see how you like it. Then.
That's a good
And
thing.
that's kind of what I mean by like, that's kind of what I thought you were getting at. As far as EPs go, yeah, that's a good one.
Listen, so this song in particular, I
Wu-Tang
think
EPs.
this song is like a shining star of this album, right?
Anybody from Wu-Tang that came out with an EP, they were kind of.
We're talking about this song. Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is. If we listen to the verse here, tell me this is not a sneak diss to Jay, or a sneakily about Jay.
Because
Madrox his part.
Jamie's verse in particular, yeah.
Exactly. Because Jamie says he's holding on to our discs, and as we know, Psychopathic is holding back a lot of Twiztid.
Yeah, go back to that first line.
So
of,
the demon
Jamie.
he's talking about, I think, is Jay. Tell me.
Yeah, I'll pull it up.
Can go back to that first line because that line
I'm trying to pull it up.
very hard to not really focus on. Especially when you're, kind of an old school, and you're hearing this type of stuff, these types of lines.
Yeah, Madrox's verse was first, so you'd want to reverse it or bring it back a little bit.
You want to take it all the way.
It's hard because this is on like one long.
Yeah, one long track. Yeah.
Yeah, this is what I listened to today. Earlier.
Let's go back a little bit more. Sorry, it's like lag. Let's go back a little bit more.
One more. Here we go. All right.
Start the
folks.
track over.
We will listen to this. Tell me the sitting, Jay.
In a minute here. Push it now. Pause it.
All right.
Pause it. You're at the end of it. I never thought I'd make it here.
But there we go again, way out of proportion now.
Here we go again, way out of proportion now.
My
nemesis, holding on to every disc, collecting them like trading cards. Dude, that sounds like their fucking albums. My nemesis, Jay, holding on to every disc, collecting them like trading cards, putting them in memory boxes with the old and broken parts.
What else would that?
With the old and broken parts. He's talking, like all the old memories and shit. I no longer answer to your many pleads, and now I understand with good intentions you are still diseased. You did them all the same as you did me. Yeah.
We'll pause it.
You did them. Yeah, you
My
did them.
nemesis is holding every disc, collecting like the meta trading cards, putting them in memory boxes, all the broken parts. I am no longer memory in the boxes, omen cards.
Where am I at?
Yeah, you did. With good intentions, you are still diseased. You did them all the same as you did me.
You gassed them up and watched them fall. What do you
I
think
think
he's
he's
saying?
talking about all the other artists on MNE. You
He's
did them
killing
all
it.
the same as you did me. You gassed them up and watched them fall. The demon never changed a fucking beat. So in other words, like, even after we left, you did all the other ones the same fucking way. Predictable weakness, but he manipulates others' talents around them and drains them because it feels great. And when that fails, or he gets played, or you don't do exactly whatever the demon says, he'll hold something over your head or will take it away, or he'll tell you he's the reason you were ever great. Dude, that's about Jay, bro. I'm telling you. I can't imagine why someone would want to stay. I can't imagine why someone would want to get away. Like, sarcasm. Enough is enough because I feel stuck because I gave it all now. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to leave this hell. The devil knows my name. You had me under your thumb, tucked away. Help.
Hold on, we haven't got there yet.
Yeah,
You're
sorry.
reading it.
I'll say Monoxide is killing it though.
Or Madrox.
Madrox.
Or yeah, sorry. Madrox is killing it right here, bro. Monoxide kills it too. But man, that verse from Madrox, it's probably one of the best verses I've heard in years.
It is great. It's really great.
From him.
Really
I mean,
great.
that
See,
shit
and then that
is
last bar, I
Madrox-
helped you build your kingdom before I realized that you were fake. I should have known that you were a demon. Like 100, bro. I'm 100%. That verse is about Jay, like directly to Jay.
I love it. It's really great. Madrox is great at those like really emotional verses.
Man, when he feels something, he's unstoppable.
He's
dude.
great.
He's unstoppable.
He's almost like theatrical.
Yeah, he's fucking.
Monoxides isn't really about the Jay thing until like about midway through the verse. His first almost sounds like he's rapping as a demon.
Monoxide is the best rapidy rapper out of Twiztid, but man, when Madrox actually has something to go off that he fucking feels, he's done. You're done. I think this verse is good, but I think he's trying to, he's putting out. Let me make a little theatrical verse that kind of sounds good, and
Yeah, because I mean,
you couldn't say nothing.
See, even
after
right
that.
here, I do think it's still to Jay. Like, you can blame me, but you know it ain't me. Be honest, lately, I know you see it greatly. No ifs, ands, no maybes, because that whole shit is shady. You don't need me to say he only comes out to pay me.
So I think this you could interpret as like the whole pedophile accusations. Like, you could blame me, but you know it ain't me. Be honest.
No,
Lately,
I think that
I know you see it greatly.
I think he's still talking about the whole Jay thing. Like, you can blame me, but you know it ain't me, because Jay always calls him Little Hitler and all that. But honest, lately, I know you see it greatly. No ifs, ands, no's, maybes, because that whole shit is shady. You don't need me to say he only comes out to pay me. Like, and think about why they left. They ultimately said they weren't getting the same attention from Psychopathic that ICP was. Like, they had a whole fucking album and no promotion for it.
Yeah, he only comes out to pay me.
Yeah, so you don't need me to say that he only comes out to pay me, because he don't want to change. We had to go get away free. Demon tried to chase me. Yeah. The hill is steep. It's hard to be a solo act. Let's bring this fucking demon to his knees. Yeah,
That's
see,
the
like,
best
that's-
line of that verse. Me personally, I would have rather heard Jamie on this entire song.
Yeah. I mean, more of what Jamie did on the first verse, sure.
Yeah, I think Jamie really fucking schooled. Monoxide's good on this, but Jamie, this is where he shines.
And see, and then you definitely verse 3. Go back to the lyrics, because I was gonna say
It all. Enough is enough because
Here it goes.
oh yeah, he's like drawn in by the fellowships and faith, juggalos. Truth hurts so ocean I play. It really don't matter. Yeah, I'm saying like just that line, drawn in by the fellowships and faith. Truth hurts so ocean I play. It really don't matter because nothing will change. Never, like, yeah, that's him basically saying, I love the Juggalos. I love that that fellowship and the faith they had in you guys.
What do you think
and
this
all
line
that.
means? Truth hurts so ocean I play.
Truth hurts so ocean I
Do you
play.
think that means maybe he just rides the wave?
Yeah, maybe that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I just ride
Like
the wave.
I'm rolling with it, bro. It's
Yep,
fine. Like,
exactly. Like, yeah, so I'm not going to bitch. So it's like, whatever. Exactly. The truth hurts so
I'll
ocean
say
I play.
this.
Yeah, I just ride with the wave. That's... I think that's
Lately,
really
I've
good
been
interpretation.
seeing Twiztid as holding back more so than actually saying what really could be said.
Well, no, they could have a very open disc, but I think that was a really good, like, kind of hidden track to discuss how they feel about Jay without straight out saying, like, fuck you, Jay. That was some people might call that a diss track, but I think that was just like a revelation track. It was their opinions about the situation in a rap song.
Yeah.
But 100%, I get them. Because when I first started hearing Monoxide, I was like, oh, well, he's rapping as the demon. But that only happens for like 2 or 3 bars. And then I was like, oh, shit, actually, he's criticizing the demon. The first part about him having the demon in him, I think that was him saying, I understand why you're greedy with money, because I'd be the same fucking way. I have that same thing in me to be a leader and to feel like, so I see why you're doing it. And when I went back and listened to it a second time, that's when I was like, oh shit, definitely. Especially when I'm reading the lyrics, I was like, yo, yeah, that's to Jay. He's saying, like, I can feel you, but you're still a demon.
So let me say one thing. Demon should have been the last song.
Yeah.
I agree.
Why the fuck is this the last song?
I don't know.
Demon should have been the last song, period. What the fuck are they thinking putting this?
Yeah, Demon was definitely the closer song it should have closed with, because that's going to be the talker. I think anyone who knows about the beef is going to know. I think that's what they're talking about. I got the alliteration. I would be very surprised if they said, no, that's not at all what it's about. It's just a generic song about the demon. I'd be like, what the fuck's up with that holding on to my discs? Like, what, are you talking about your spine? Because now that's a corny fucking line. If you're talking about the CDs, that's a dope-ass line. Holding on to my discs like trading cards, that's a dope-ass line about
That's really fucking dope.
Like, you're not giving me my music. Especially because,
so
like,
many
we know,
fucking metaphors you could put to that.
because as we know, in the beginning, they literally were using them like trading cards. They were saying, okay, you want the rights to Mirror Mirror? Fine, do the gathering. Yeah. Okay, you want the rights to da-da-da? Fine, do this for us. And that's what they were doing. They were literally using those discs like trading cards. So when I heard that bar, I was like, oh, yo, this is going to be dope. And yeah, sure, the alliteration was all there. He was talking to Jay. Jay is the demon in that song.
It sounds like it.
Yeah. Because Jay is you got to think he built something amazing, but like, if you really observe it, man, he's got a lot of cracks. A lot of cracks.
I don't want to be the guy that says every Twiztid song is a J diss.
No,
but
well,
that definitely sounds like it's a
dude.
it's
I've
referring.
never heard another. I haven't heard a track yet that I've thought was a subliminal ICP diss. To me, I'm like, oh, they're just staying out of it completely. That one, I was like, yo, that's about Jay.
You can make a lot of their songs seem like Jay disses if you wanted to,
Maybe
but
that one is pretty.
that was pretty
really,
Yeah,
really close.
Yeah. If that's not about Jay, I'd be fucking surprised.
Who else are
bro.
they talking about? The industry?
Yeah, it's a blatant.
Yeah,
I think it's pretty
bro.
blatant.
Jay is the demon in that song, bro. There's just too much.
Who else in the industry would Twiztid be talking about?
And then, like I said, drawn in by the allure and all that. I know that demons can tempt you by the Lord, but there's no way that's like just a generalized song about demons. They've done that song before already. A generalized song about demons, like they've done that. That song is about a specific demon they're talking about. And so if it's not about Jay, then it would have to be about something like addiction or, he's
That's
talking about
crazy.
a specific demon.
Yeah, it don't
it's
sound
Jay.
like that. It don't
It's
sound
Jay,
like
bro.
addiction, dude.
Exactly.
It
That's what
sounds
I'm
like a
saying. I
person.
can't hear any other alliteration other than that being about Jay. That demon is someone, because in the song he doesn't talk about demons. He
Demon,
talks
though.
about a demon.
Do you think
in the
Jay's
song.
a demon?
Well,
To them.
demon to them, yeah, because you got to think a demon is just someone who causes strife in a novel sense. You know what I mean? It's someone who causes strife, someone who
sucks your soul.
Yeah, who like destroys your soul, who's trying to destroy your soul. And think, I bet you before they left, their fucking soul was getting destroyed. You're going to this gathering, you're seeing giant crowds of people. 50% of them are wearing your t-shirt and you're not getting 50% of the profits. You're the leaders of this. I mean, for real, the leader of the label is living in a fucking mansion. Like Jay lives in a nice ass fucking house, bro.
Hey, he
and
don't
Shaggy
live-
live in a nice ass house.
They don't
Like,
live in mansions.
It's not mansions, but they live in nice ass fucking
serious.
houses.
They don't live in mansions.
To us, to Juggalos, their mansions, bro. To Juggalos, their mansions. I bet I'm talking like I guarantee he's living in a fucking 5,000 square foot house or something. I guarantee.
Yeah.
Like a nice ass fucking house
They
out
made-
at like Royal Oak or something.
They live what they made, man. I believe that.
Yeah, but see, that's what I'm saying. I think all those artists were going, whoa, wait. Why
What
are we
they
performing
made-
to these giant crowds and we're not rolling like that? Y'all are balling. We're not balling.
You'll never ball like that, though.
They are. I mean, they're balling a lot better now, doing their own thing.
think?
Yeah, because that's kind of the magic ninja thing.
Do you
is
think
they
they're?
say like we take?
Do you think
a
they're
very small-
balling? Do you think they're balling like what ICP's living in?
No, I don't think they're balling like ICP level, but I think they're doing a lot better than they were when they were in psychopathic.
They got more disposable income on their own.
Yes, I think that they are doing better financially on their own than they were with ICP. Now, are they doing better as far as fan base and numbers and shit? Debatable, probably not. I think when Psychopathic was a cohesive unit, it was a fucking force. But there was shit going on behind the scenes, and I think Twiztid gets a lot of hate for that shit for leaving because they ruined that and da-da-da-da. But it's like, if you really like view like the real details behind that shit, I don't blame them at all for leaving. You have to look at the facts.
Never
Even as a
blamed them.
juggalo,
Never
every
blamed them.
single artist left, and y'all are gonna, and like I hear juggalos blaming Twiztid ruined Psychopathic, bro.
No.
Every single artist left. Everyone.
let me ask you
except for
something.
ABK, who already had financial. He had financial.
Let me
influence.
ask
That's
you
why.
something. The main thing I think that pissed me off about Twiztid was not that they left, was that when the march came along with the FBI saying juggalos are a gang, that they didn't participate in the march.
I am firmly in the camp that believes that march had zero impact other than being a great opportunity for juggalos to gather together. If as
you don't
an
think it had
advertising
any
thing,
impact?
bro, like no, like I don't think
that's not what
okay.
he's talking about though. He's talking about what Twiztid's involvement was with it.
Twiztid said, "I'm not going to go to that shit for free. You'll have to pay me as an act because I'm a musician." That makes sense to me, bro.
Okay. Okay.
Now, would they go? Now, if this was,
I'm not
'cause
dissing on you
even
for
at the
that. I'm just
gathering,
a- I'm
even
just
at the
asking.
gathering, they're getting paid.
But
bro.
Monoxide has even gone on record
You
to
think
say
they
like
did the
he
gathering
said
for
y'all
free?
wanted us there, we should have been there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Monoxide did say
Well,
that.
and see, here's the whole thing. Like for the Juggalos, 100%, they probably would. But at that time, there was a shitload of beef going on behind the scenes.
Sure.
So what Juggalos were expecting them to do is swallow that beef to come and perform for free. Even though Juggalos are like, that's for us. Wrong. That event was organized by ICP, bro. And so if they came out and they did that, even just to tell Juggalos, yo, we appreciate y'all, like we're coming out for y'all, they still have to interact with ICP. What, you think they're going to get up there and do their sound check? They're going to get all their equipment set up, all that shit without
they
talking
should
to
have been paid
ICP?
something. They should have been
Without
paid
talking to ICP, they have to talk to ICP, bro.
I believe.
So they're beefing, but they're supposed to throw all that aside and come and
Nah.
chat with ICP just for one performance for the Juggalos.
I think there's
no,
two.
they can still
I
show love
think-
for Juggalos.
Yeah, I think there's wrong. ICP should have paid them something.
Yeah, I think, in my opinion, you can still have love for the Juggalos and not go to one fucking event. Even though there's a lot of Juggalos who are like, bro, this was a game changer, man. It was all on the line. Like, this is when True Juggalos came out. Bro, what other acts came out? Like,
Not
that
many.
weren't on a Psychopathic. How many
Not
other acts
many.
came out? And y'all ain't cracking on them. Y'all are still bumping on that shit. That's what I'm saying.
Nobody-
like,
dude,
from an
nobody
outside
came out.
perspective,
But
I
Twiztid's
think
still
the
making
march
music.
was dope.
Twiztid's still making music though, where they're calling their fans juggalos.
Oh, yo, well,
And-
guess
and
what?
this is an
and they
event
didn't
where
build that shit,
the
bro?
United States government is calling
people who are juggalos members of a fucking gang, and
Twiztid did help with that with the riders.
right, yeah, and ICP's. I think as someone who is kind of on the ICP side on this. Like you're like they look at Twiztid like you're our brothers. Why aren't you helped us build this? Why aren't you backing us up and standing here
They might
with
have thought
us?
they might have thought the same exact thing.
Pay
I
regardless. None of those juggalos who were there got paid to be there.
Dude.
They were paid. They were there
Yeah.
because they're fucking juggalos and they're marching for a
Side
good
note,
cause.
gathering, bro.
Side note,
and that's because juggalos are about it, and juggalos love to gather. That's one thing is unity. You get a lot of juggalos into one
Exactly.
area.
Our
like
Twist.
You have
if
many
Twiztid
gatherings
are,
all over
if
the.
Twiztid are fucking juggalos, they should have fucking been there.
Bro, no. Okay, so you're saying any juggalo who didn't go to the march
No,
isn't a real
someone
juggalo?
someone who
didn't
built
go.
it. Someone who built it from the ground
So
up. who was
Isham
there.
ain't a juggalo, yo.
I mean,
Isham
sure.
wasn't there?
Yeah, where was
here's the
Isham?
thing.
So where was
But here's the
Isham?
thing.
He ain't a juggalo?
I thought of that
But here's
same
the thing.
thing.
Here's
Where
the
was
thing,
Isham?
though. Isham doesn't give a fuck about
Was Rude
juggalos.
Boy there?
Listen, dude.
Rude Boy wasn't.
Yes,
I
I'm
think-
sure he was.
Rude
Dude,
Boy. No, I
Isham
think- I don't
doesn't
think
give a
so.
fuck about juggalos. He
And
doesn't
Rude
need
Boy's one of the
juggalos.
You know
juggalos in
who's
the
there?
world.
You know who's there? Jay's wife or Jay's girl at
Yeah.
the time. Fucking
Sugar Puss or
Sugar
whatever.
Slam, and
Yeah.
his
Listen,
kids were there.
Fuck
Yeah.
Isham. Twiztid is in a different category. You can't compare them. They're on the same level as ICP
but
with this.
I agree, but see, that's the whole thing. I think that's why they can keep using the term juggalos, because that kingdom, they built that shit just along with ICP. Without
no, Justin Manny D1D was not
We
there.
were out of ICP scope at that
I
point.
wasn't even listening to ICP at that point. I did.
Same.
I barely even knew what was going on until I looked it up.
Same.
Yeah.
Actually,
yeah, I definitely
their
haven't been out.
their march.
I learn more and more as I look into
Yeah.
it. I still see it pop up in my feed all the time because that was fucking huge news. And ultimately, I think since that was at the peak of the beat, that's why they didn't go, bro. Because as much as you guys think like they could have shown up and just performed for juggalos, that's not how it works.
I'm not mad at
you
them.
have to give your
I'm
music
not-
to someone.
Bro, I don't
It's
care if
not
they
like-
perform. They should have been there marching.
I'm not.
Who
I'm
gives
not,
a fuck if they perform?
Yeah, I'm not.
Okay, so they're now beefing with a dude, and you want them to show up to a march and march alongside dudes they're beefing with?
No, alongside the other thousands of juggalos.
They didn't
who
have
were
to
there.
march with ICP.
Exactly.
They're still
I-
at the location.
They
and
could
they're
have
still-
shown there.
Bro,
They
it's not
could've showed up there.
ICP's march. It's the Juggalo march.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, fair enough. I'll give you that. They could have shown up to the march. But at the
That's
same
all I'm
time,
saying.
If
all
they
I'm
would've
saying is
showed
don't
up-
villainize the dudes because they didn't show
No,
up to the march.
I'm not.
And
No
act
one's
like they're
vi-
pieces of shit.
I've gotten
Like, oh,
over
they don't
that.
love juggalos.
That's
like,
not.
I've
that's
gotten
not,
over that.
That's not.
That's
yeah,
silly.
exactly. We've already made our piece about that. Like we've talked shit on them.
I've
for
gotten
that.
over that.
Like I think it's a shitty thing to do, especially the time. Now
It was a touchy subject at the
Yeah,
time.
'cause there's a
now I
lot
don't
of
give a
real-
fuck. It's whatever.
There's
like,
a lot of real ass juggalos that weren't there marching that are
Right.
part of the scene, that are still part of the scene.
Sure.
And I'm just saying,
Justin-
I don't think not being there doesn't make you a juggalo, and I don't think that not being there shows that you don't appreciate juggalos.
I do want to.
It's just you might have not gave a fuck about that cause, because ultimately, even though they said it affected people, they had like all these stories and stuff. I read through like 20 of those stories. I found one that was like, damn, that's fucked up. The other ones were like job related stuff, and I'm reading them and I'm thinking, bro, you probably just sucked at the job,
Dude,
dog.
bro, I
missed. Like I read one where it's like I missed 4 days of work and I got fired.
Watch the documentary,
yeah, bro.
I ain't
'cause-
lying. A lot of the people that got fucked up with that I read deserved it.
Dude, I'm sorry. Like I read, I'm
not gonna lie.
I didn't watch the documentary, but I read
like
plenty of stories
deserve
where
it.
I was like, "Yo, it just sounds like you sucked at work, bro." Because like like I said, the one that stood out was like a dude who was like, "I was late." On my third time, I saw multiple people in that job be late, and I got fired because I wore my ICP hoodie. Like, no, bro. It's just you probably sucked, and they were like, "Oh, he hit 3 absences. Get rid of his fucking ass." That don't mean
that's
you're
funny.
a fucking juggalo.
I mean,
like,
dude,
come on,
watch
bro.
the documentary. It's pretty insightful as far as that shit goes. I mean,
I've watched.
Yeah,
the
but at the
documentary.
same time, bro, I've seen a lot. That's the point of documentaries, to make it
I know,
seem
you're right.
like watch fucking. You'll never eat McDonald's again if you watch Super Size Me. But like, who the fuck eats 3 McDonald's meals a day for a month, bro? Like, come on. That doesn't mean McDonald's is going to kill you, but that's the point. Documentaries are supposed to be sensationalized and to really hammer home a point.
all right, man.
I will say, DJ Slug said Buck showed up.
Yeah,
we'll give Buck
But
credit.
see, Mikey Clark wasn't there. I'm pretty sure he
Mikey
just
Clark
and
wasn't
Mikey
there.
Clark is a fucking legend.
I think he
That's
was
a
beefing
juggalo
with them at the time.
They
yeah,
said
but,
he was out. He was with Kid Rock at the time.
But are we gonna say Mikey Clark ain't a real juggalo?
yeah.
Fuck out of here. I'm not even a juggalo, and I feel like I have the right to say
No,
Mikey
look,
Clark
look,
is a lifelong
look,
juggalo.
I'm not trying to gatekeep. No one
Mikey
here,
Clark
for the record.
invented juggalos.
Wait, for the record, I'm not trying to say
Mikey Clark
hey,
was with
shut up.
ICP when they invented
Shut up!
juggalos.
Stop interrupting me. Let me make
Sorry.
the point. Let me make the point that I'm not trying to say anyone is or isn't a juggalo. I don't give a fuck who showed up, who didn't show up. I don't think it makes them a juggalo or breaks them. I don't give a fuck. If you say you're a juggalo, you're a juggalo. That's not the point I'm making. I'm just saying Twiztid helped build the juggalo kingdom.
They did.
They should have been there. It's all I'm saying. That's the only point I'm
All
making.
I'm saying is it would have been nice if they were there.
Sure.
It would have been nice if you're there.
I don't hold it against them
There.
anymore,
I
but
don't
I
hate
see
that.
why people would, but it is what it is. Move on.
I'm just saying, as long as you're not holding it against them,
Just
that's-
like it'd
that's
be
just
nice
corny,
if
bro.
Chris. Just like it'd be
Just don't
nice
do
if
that.
Chris was
That's
here
corny.
for every one of our shows.
Yeah.
Hey, motherfucker's got to work.
But
I'm
he's
on
not.
vacation this week. I'm
He's
on
not
vacation
here.
this
Do we
week.
hate
I work
him?
with-
No.
I work. I'm a meat cutter, bro.
We don't hate Chris for not
Yeah,
being here.
You're a piece of shit,
I work
dude.
weekends, fam. I can't get away from it unless I'm on vacation.
All right.
I would love
Hey,
it.
Can we wrap it up? We're at 2 hours.
2
and
hours.
40 minutes. Buck, yes, we have love for Buckshot. We might not be a huge fan of his music, but we have love for him around these parts.
Yeah. I don't know Buckshot. I've heard of Buckshot, but I don't know.
He's cool. I say we.
He's
I'm
like a
speaking for me
country-
personally.
he's
I don't
like
want
a
to speak for
country
Carver.
rapper, isn't he?
Yes. No, he's not a country rapper. He rolls with Boondocks and shit. But look,
Yeah, it's country.
I'm not a huge fan of. I'll speak for myself only. I don't know how Carver feels about it, but I'm not a huge fan of Boondocks raps. I haven't listened to a whole lot of his shit. I just know that on Neon Sermon, I like the other two guys a lot more, and that's all I know.
Where are they from? Where's like Buckshot? Where's Buckshot from?
He's from Kentucky.
Kentucky? Okay. Yo, being from Mississippi, when I moved to Ohio, everyone was like, "Where are you from, Kentucky?" Everyone. It's like, "No, I ain't from Kentucky. I'm from Mississippi."
I'm
It's
from
even worse.
Mississippi.
Yeah. I was.
Oh, there. See, I know.
Oh, you get bullied.
I
That
know
shit
the
happens.
difference between a Mississippi and a Kentucky accent. My grandma on mom's side was from Kentucky.
Well, Kentucky is more like
when I
Kentucky's
met
more like I find like it's more like a rounder kind of country.
Oh, yeah.
And if you get deep in the hills, it gets real high pitched like Kentucky. It's almost like this right here, like real like nasally kind of southern. in
when
the
I
hill-
first
high
met
hills.
Chris, I knew he wasn't from Kentucky. I knew
Oh
that.
yeah, Mississippi has more of like Y's are put in the middle of everything. So like when I came down, I had like a real deep like Y.
You had that.
Kinda.
You had that
Nine.
more. You go a little more west and a little more south.
A little bit, yeah. Hi.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Krypt. Yeah, it's rough, man. But yeah, I got bullied pretty relentlessly. But that's why I fit into the juggalo world, man.
Hey,
It's the
man.
home for people without a home.
I grew up. My family was a lot of my family's from the south, so it wasn't no change for me.
Kentucky and West Virginia for me.
Yeah.
All right, let's wrap it up.
All right, fam.
All right, go to deck1delt.com and buy shit. It helps maybe a tiny bit. If you buy a shirt, it might help a tiny bit.
DJ Slug says Chris got it on point.
Chris
he
has always got it on
usually
point.
does,
I
man.
know the southern accents.
Yes,
he
he
usually
does.
does.
Make sure you go to
Georgia, a
deck1delt.com.
little
Make
bit
sure
of
you
molasses.
listen to Astronomic Dr. Khronik. Give props to Keepaz of the Krypt.
Yeah.
Buy their album if you like. I don't know. OneManKru. He's cool. That's it. You guys got anything else?
No, we'll slide this one right back into the
All right, let's
deck as
shuffle.
far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, let's shuffle the fuck up on out of here, man. Let's do it. We'll see you
man.
guys next week. All right. Peace.
Step
Thanks.
one dealt, baby.
Oh yeah!
We made it. Good job, guys.
Good show, good discussion, man.